illegal substances found in their rooms. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
It's your standard calm drive throughout the Denver Metro for the 10 o'clock hour. For the most part, I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through the metro area. Over on the east end of town near DIA, E470 northbound between I-70 and 56th. Roadwork continues with stop-and-go traffic throughout. We're seeing a 5-minute delay. Over on the other side of the road, 470 southbound between 104th Pena Boulevard. Construction crews have stop-and-go traffic with about a 10-minute delay. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Enjoy the warm weather while it lasts. Partly cloudy skies with a high of 76. Starting to cool down tomorrow. Overnight low of 40. Tomorrow high 51 with rain and snow. The current temperature is 52 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. Democrats abandon Israel. Not just the squad, but now Schumer.
Hey, Tom, you there, buddy?
Israel, stop killing terrorists.
And
download Verdict with Ted Cruz now wherever you get your podcasts.
Beat the spring cleaning rush by calling my heroes at Zero Res. I'm consumer.
Yeah, no worries. Just wanted to make sure. We got just over a minute.
Starting at just $109 and $75 off their air duct cleaning. It's critical to clean now. Get the dirt out from a long winter, the spring pollens and allergens. No dirt attracting residue. Zero Resified. 303-471-5150 or ZeroResDenver.com. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, and I've seen the wrong way to sell precious metals. Tangled necklaces, mismatched earrings, broken watches, coins. The wrong way is not knowing who you can trust. That's why I recommend David Ellis Jewelry on 3rd and Clayton. He'll weigh it and pay it. He'll even buy your fine jewelry and diamonds. I've known him 40 years. It's time you get to know him. 2640 East 3rd Avenue. That's 3rd and Clayton. 303-322-8779. 322-8779.
Reach out to Tom Martino and let your voice be heard. Call, text, and now talk back anytime with our free iHeartRadio app. While streaming KHOW and the full screen player, just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now.
Yeah.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK is my number. 303-713-8255. But even more important than that is 303-MARTINO. 303-627-8466. Now, in other words, when you're talking to somebody and you're having a problem, they say, call Martino, and it's 6 in the evening, 7 in the evening, 10 at night, you can leave a message at 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466, and we will call you back. So you always have consumer help. You can always go to referrallist.com, of course, and to find out all about me, TomMartino.com, YouTube. We're on YouTube right now, as well as Facebook. All kinds of stuff going on with the Troubleshooter Network. Welcome to the show. Hello, YouTube morons. Thanks for being here. And my Facebook flunkies, I very seldom say hi to them. Hi, Facebook flunkies, but mainly my YouTube morons are more active. So let's go to the phones and see what we can do for you. Today is car day. We have Kevin with us, Uncle Kevin Calkin from Sheridan Auto Tech, and then we have Rod Greer. Rod is with Jeff R. Cars. He's a car salesman, car dealer, and we love
He's not in till noon.
Oh, okay. Soon. He'll be in here. Okay, soon. Thanks. So let's start out with Mary. Wants to talk about an apartment issue. Then I want to talk to these guys. I'm being told the gas prices are skyrocketing. Now, I've noticed a little increase, but around the country, I guess it's even worse. Another thing skyrocketing, insurance rates and maintenance, parts. So bad news if you have a car. The cost of cars all around, when you take into consideration, because today is car day, Car Friday, when you take into consideration the increase in maintenance, and by the way, I'm not blaming Kevin or any of our great mechanics and auto repair shops. their hourly rates did not substantially increase at all. What's increasing are supplies and parts. Isn't that right, Kev?
Yeah, no, it's still a challenge to get some stuff, but yeah, no, everything is up 20%. I mean,
and then
across
insurance
the board.
rates are up as far as 30%, and then gasoline started going up again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's really funny because so many economic indicators say we're doing great. We have lagging indicators that said we did great. We have concurrent indicators looking good. And then we have lagging indicators. We have advanced indicators saying things are going to be good. But then I hear people complaining. So I don't get it. I don't know how you can have economic indicators like the stock market and certain barometers showing a good economy. But if you ask Mark right there, he'll say, the economy sucks, right? And I don't really know one way or the other. I don't know because I'm not, obviously I know from my sponsors, I don't think any of them are happy, but Kev, let's just talk to you and Rod.
Sure.
Kev, is your business good or bad?
Well, March was one of the worst months we've had in a while.
Now,
but
year
I think
over year, okay, let's go back, and I know relatively profits change because of cost,
Sure.
but I'm talking about traffic. Go back 4 or 5 years. Was traffic better than now?
No, the traffic is definitely better now because people are maintaining the cars and keeping them longer because of the price of new stuff.
Okay,
Definitely.
what about profits?
Profits are down. You know, we may have to readjust a few things. Our rent is up, insurance is up. Guys need raises
Now, when
to
you
stay
look
competitive.
around, do you personally think the economy sucks? You're in business, you live, you breathe, you buy, you sell. Do you think when you look around, the economy sucks?
Well, I think, the everyday stuff is starting to get challenging. I mean, everybody's property tax doubled. The
Let's talk
homeowners
to
insurance.
Rod now. Rod?
Rod's not in yet.
Oh,
He'll be
that's
in a
right.
bit.
Gosh,
Yeah.
noon. Okay, I got to keep remembering that. Now, Mark, let's talk to you. Is he there? There you are.
Yep.
Mark. So, Mark, when you look at the economy and look around, what do you think?
It sucks right now. The inflation, even though inflation isn't over 3% at this point, it doesn't matter. It's never come down from the last 2-3 years. It's crazy how much a loaf of bread is. What's really mind-boggling to me is how much like fast food is now. It's crazy. I don't know how some of these people on that poverty line actually buy anything at the grocery store anymore.
And here's the thing about minimum wage. This is where I think we have a mistaken opinion of minimum wage. Minimum wage, first of all, it should be a pretty decent wage, but it's getting out of hand to where Mark just hit it on the head. He said where people who want to buy low-cost food and meals can't. And that's right. So you're not helping people. What you're doing, minimum wage was never meant to be a career, ever. It wasn't meant to sustain families. It wasn't meant to. It's meant to get people into the workforce, and it's meant to get them later on making more money. You see, minimum wage is just that, minimum wage. It's not a living wage. It's a minimum wage. That doesn't mean it should be slave labor. Well, all I'm saying is this. Minimum wage is meant to get you into the labor force, and then the way it should work is you either go on to better things or promote yourself within that company or make more money, and then other people come in and make minimum wage. But the way it is now, instead of people wanting to hire more and keep that minimum wage going and people advancing, what's happening is they're now thinking of ways to do away with entry-level employees. So you see, I have a saying.
Yeah, it's called socialism, Tom, and that's what the current administration wants.
I'm going to let you talk, Doc, just one sec.
Okay.
I have a saying that absolutely, positively never fails me. Life is its own teacher. You don't have to tell anyone that their policy is going to succeed or fail. Life will do it. Now, what were you going to say, Doc?
Well, I think the minimum wage thing was set up way before we had this influx of immigrants who are taking these minimum wage jobs because it's all that they can do given the current political situation.
They don't even have work visas, though, the majority of them.
But that's what's happened, Tom. It's the minimum wage is being given to immigrants who have no other choice.
Doc, what I'm saying is that hasn't even started to happen yet because they don't even have work permits. When that kicks in, it's going to get even worse.
Now,
yeah, I think you're right.
But here's what I want to say about that. I personally, and I don't like talking about this a lot, but I need to because I need help. I've adopted some families to try to help them assimilate and do it right. And here's the deal. One of them is they are working, all of them, but one of them has a job that the employer could not find anyone. He could not find anyone to show up and to work their ass off. And this person not only shows up, but works their ass off. Now, let me explain this. There's so much red tape to get work permits and visas that I'm not giving names out of anyone. I'm just saying this. They're working and they're getting paid. That's all I'm going to say. And the way I look at it is, if you put out the welcome mat and you call yourself a sanctuary state and a sanctuary city, even though it's not officially written anywhere, and you say come one and come all, and then you put up red tape for everything they have to do.
Red tape, they told them to beat it the other day. They said, we don't have anything else. Get the hell out of town.
Right.
That's not red tape. That's saying, hey, we'll give you a bus ticket. Get the hell out of here.
But what I mean is, if they want to work, and I'm not talking about taking jobs from other people, because, Mark, the people that I have working right now, I swear to God that the employers could not fill the positions. So they took jobs from no one. And in fact, before immigrants, they tried to hire people who had, I know it's not popular to say homeless, but people that were unhoused or whatever you want to say. And those people would show up drunk and addicted and couldn't work. These Venezuelans so far put in extra time and worked their asses off. Now, I'm not saying everyone from Venezuela is wonderful, and I know there are a lot of criminals from south of the border and north of the border and west and east. I mean, I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying that not everyone can be put into one big group. Just like when I just said homeless showed up drunk and addicted, of course, not all of them. But what I'm saying is this. From my personal experience in the trenches with people who have come into this country and they got political asylum, these people are working and they're not taking jobs from anyone. Now, I can't say that's 100% everyone, but that idea that, they're taking jobs away, I don't get it. And on that topic, I just want to say this. The one family I do have that is the most advanced, he now has his license that's being converted. That's a good thing. And he has enough money to register a car and pay for minimum insurance. So I'm looking for a car. Now, there was a guy on the show the other day that said he's fixing up a car to donate. And I'm not going into the car donation business. I'm doing this one at a time. Mark and I, a long time ago, started adopting people one at a time who have an ability and a desire to work or to help themselves. We said we can't help people once they fall off the cliff, they're in a hole and they don't want to get out. But if someone is hanging on, we try to help them. So this particular guy, I promise you that this car will go to the right person, and it doesn't have to be fancy or anything. And he is licensed. So, and also helping them do a bank account. And I do want to say something. They have a tough time even cashing checks from work. And I noticed I'm not going to name banks, but I talked to some banks who helped me get their checks cashed and are helping them open bank accounts. What we're trying to do is, if they're here.
How do you open a bank account without a social? Well, I'd like to know that trick.
You can with identification. You can open a.
Wow.
And then Yeah, you can open a bank account with.
How do you pay taxes without a social? How do they pay taxes?
Well, because taxes are withdrawn and they pay. I mean, I don't know. Mark, I don't know. But it's not, a lot of these people, it's not that they don't want to do things right. It's that there's not a path to doing it right now. I'm not talking about.
Yeah, but the argument is they didn't come here in the proper way. I mean, that's really the argument, though, Tom.
And that's absolutely true. They were desperate to get out of that situation, and you're absolutely right.
And I think, Tom,
technically they should have stayed. They should have applied, and blah 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 blah. But if you heard some of the circumstances, and you had and Addie and Miles were young babies or little kids, toddlers, you would leave too, be under the same circumstances. Here's the deal, they're already here, and Biden let them in. Let's put it that way, okay? So that argument's long past. And just to put them on a bus and keep shifting them around from state to state or say go back home. Listen, I know a lot of people hate illegal and by the way, this is not technically illegal immigration according to Biden's administration. They're political asylum. So, I mean, you work that out with your president. But in any case, once they're here, what do? You either help people assimilate and become productive members of society, or what? What were you going to say,
Tom?
Doc?
I think a lot of people just are upset that they don't know who they are and where they are.
I know.
I think that's one of the biggest complaints that I've heard.
Yeah,
from
and you
the
can
people I know.
and you can thank. Look, I'm not saying here. I'm not on the radio saying, come one, come all. Let's do it. I'm saying.
Right.
Once our stupid governor and mayor and president let them in with no plan of how they're going to help them, there can be no wrong helping. I mean, what can go wrong by helping?
Once again, though, there's a lot of people that get VA benefits and other things that are getting cut. I heard in New York City, people with full disability
That's right.
actually get less than people that illegally cross the border.
That's right.
And whether they're a godaway or not, it doesn't even matter. They're getting more than our own people. That's ridiculous.
Mark, that's right. And that's why
Right, break when you can.
I want people to be productive so they're not depending on the government. That's exactly right. They are, and it's ridiculous. And the ideal situation is once they're here anyway, okay? We're not going to kill them, okay? We're not going to, and we shouldn't house them publicly. We shouldn't give them government benefits. We can't send them back. So the ones who are willing to assimilate and work and become productive, that's what this country is built on. I mean, it really is. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, you got to acknowledge that. But I'm not saying come one, come all, and let's pay benefits and let's cut city workers. No, that's your government. That's your Governor Polis and your mayor. The mayor is this is the biggest idiot we have ever had for a mayor I have ever seen in my life. The man speaks and makes absolutely no sense. I never thought I would be praying for our previous whore-loving mayor. I never thought I would, but I am. Because compared to what we have now, that man was Einstein. We have more coming up. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, think Plumline Services. With quality brands like Carrier and always plumb crazy value. I use Plumline in my home on a mission of excellence with character and ethics. Clear drains, fix leaks, wiring, and quality Carrier systems. Plumline Services. From Castle Rock to Fort Collins. Service at home. Servants at heart. 25 years strong. PlumlineServices.com. Plumline and Carrier. Turn to the experts. Well, I totally lost my way, so I don't know what commercials I have. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Art of Granite, become the banker.
Thank you very much for that. This movie event's coming up, and I really want you guys to be aware of it because it's the 9th. It's at 7 o'clock. It's at AMC and Southlands. And it is a docudrama about retirement. And the challenge that we're just talking about this, right? The economy and all that. Well, there is a challenge when it comes to retirement. And this movie will go over it. And we also have Joe Chiano will sponsor this. He's a certified financial planner. Mark and I will be there. And you really want to see this movie. It'll be an eye-opener. It's free of charge, popcorn, drinks. So call 303-779-6600. or go to this website, mymoneymyway.com. The art of granite is really the art of countertops. Yeah, they do granite, but they do any kind of natural stone or man-made material. They tear out and haul away free. They charge wholesale on all countertop materials, and they give you prices on the phone. In fact, not only that, you can choose your incentive. Do you want a free backsplash, a free edge treatment, a free sink? Maybe you want a discount, or you want to buy cabinets, which will get you 25% off. 303-386-5919. Get your price right now. 303-386-5919, theartofgranite.com.
I think the
Thanks for
ace
that.
came out on the
no problem.
card or something, and the house, some fucking loophole. I don't know how to put it, but I had the highest hand. And they told me it doesn't get paid for whatever reason.
Wow.
So you put all orders are the same as February except Frank and Excel.
Yep.
If you pull up Become the Banker February, that's exactly what it was.
They had, what, 3?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
They had 3 phone-ins.
Monday, Tuesday, except for the week, Monday when there was a holiday. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, 10 to 10:15. Tuesday, 12 to 12.
All right, make sure Joe has that scheduled. Email Joe that he's got those lives. Because he probably doesn't know he's got 3 a fucking week.
All this free time. I'm not cutting up 2 hours of audio right now.
I didn't realize I did that. What is this guy's problem? I already emailed him back. I'm getting fucking picky with fucking assholes.
What are you talking about?
This guy going, I can't get the deal. I can't get the deal from Fix It. And he's complaining like, I mean, he's blowing it up. I said, why? It doesn't make any sense. And he's just blowing up our fucking voicemail. So I'm going to call him.
Why can't he get the deal?
Well, my guess is he lives in a fucking commercial building. And I'm sure they told him that, but he's bitching. But I'll find out right now. I have no idea. Or he's had it before. And I call him, so Stan, I'm calling you, and you forward me to voicemail, so fuck you.
Stan who?
Well, that's very nice of you, Mark.
God!
He's
emailed me 3 or 4 times with absolutely none of the information I'm asking for.
You are such a good person.
God. You know what, you son of a...
He has such a calm temperament.
I love him. He's so nice.
Shut up!
I wish he would get emotional about things.
He's my teddy bear.
God, man! What did he leave on voicemail, Kelly? What's the guy saying on voicemail? I want to hear. What is this bastard saying?
We really underestimate.
So basically, he called and said that...
How many times? Just once?
Just once.
Okay.
But he's called multiple times before.
Yep, I know. Go ahead. So what's his fucking issue now?
So he called yesterday, and the CSRs that answered the phone at Fix It 24/7 didn't know anything about the $21 deal, and he thinks it's false advertising.
Okay, well, you know what? I agree with him in that case. If he called up for the $21 deal and they didn't place it, I fucking heard George say it yesterday.
Yeah.
So you want to handle that, Tom?
We'll handle it. We should just handle it on the air. It's a mistake. If it happens.
Yeah, but if they call up they're not going to get the deal. That's a problem.
Well, and also we've tried to call this guy now.
Would you call George, please, and tell him? Just tell him. And
I've tried to email numerous times.
Ask him if he'll do it today. Call him.
I'll call him right now.
And say, George, we're getting calls on this. In fact, Mark, I had one other call on that.
Maybe, you know what, maybe I'm not as upset now with this guy.
Until he calls again.
I know, that's the problem, but I've asked him numerous times, what do you mean? What happened? And all he emails me back is, they won't give me the deal. He didn't explain they never heard of it there. You know what, I'd like to thank Kevin Calkin for getting me all riled up
Kevin's fault.
over this bullshit this early.
Or Lord.
We didn't even start the animal calls yet, and you're all upset.
You got the goat rounded up?
Got it.
You got it.
Courage, Kevin.
When Mark gets pissed like this, you got to play the turkey.
Get the turkey up.
There you go.
God bless America. You guys are sick.
10 seconds, guys.
All right.
Fiduciary Advisors, TrajanWealth.com. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Mary, go ahead. Mary, hi, Mary. What's going on with you? Hello, Mary.
Hi, I'm just trying to get some help to have maintenance repayment fee paid up so my dog and I could stay and look for another place to stay, because if I can't get the money up, I have no other means or resources to get up, and I'm stuck in a Denver Housing Authority apartment building that has been trashed by homeless and stuff.
Mary, I need to ask you a few questions, okay? So right now, you're living in Denver Housing Authority housing?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
I've lived going on 8 years at this apartment and 5 across the street.
Okay. Now, are you saying right now you live there? How are you paying your rent?
SSI.
Okay. You're on SSI. Okay. Now, next question. Are you being evicted?
No, but my health has gotten real bad since I moved over here.
Well, what does that mean? Why did you move? Why did you move across the street?
Because I was being put in a wheelchair 8 years ago, and the apartment I was in was the cause of one of the abatement fee / now maintenance repayment fee started.
Okay, Mary. So now you're across the street. You've been there for a few years, and what are you calling about today? Do you want to leave?
I need to get out of here, but I cannot leave, according to Denver Housing Authority property manager Mrs. Stephanie Black.
Well, hold on. What do you mean you can't? Hold on. What do you mean you can't leave?
According to DHA and HUD law, when you owe and until it's paid off, you can't move. And this is the first time.
Well, you can't. Hold on. Listen. You can't move into another subsidized place until you pay it. You can move all you want. Mary.
I cannot move.
Mary, I'm not going to talk to you if you don't listen. You absolutely, positively can move. They can't hold you a prisoner in your apartment. If you wanted to move with your daughter, for example, somewhere, they can't prevent you from moving. What they can do is take away your subsidized rent, and then so therefore you wouldn't be able to afford it. Now, what I need to know is, why do you owe money, and how much do you owe?
I owe $2,212.
Okay, hold on a second. Why do you owe that much?
It was an abatement fee that started across the street.
What is an abatement fee? What is it for?
Supposedly something one of my certified therapeutic companion animals did, and he did not do. And
okay, hold on. I need to know again. I don't need a story. Here's what I need. I need a very simple explanation. What is the $2,000? Is it for damages you did?
Supposedly what my dog did.
Okay.
And he did not do it.
And was that in your last apartment?
Yeah.
What kind of damages did they say your dog did?
Supposedly, Mr. Martino, he's supposedly urinated on what they call, and it's not plush carpeting, it's real thin shag carpeting in the bedroom.
Now, who's trying to collect the $2,000? Who's trying to collect the money from you? Is it Denver Housing Authority?
Denver Housing Authority.
Okay, now.
Denver Housing Authority Legal Department.
Okay, got it. I want to ask another question. Are they saying that you can't move if you don't pay this into another subsidized place?
Sir.
Or are they saying, if you don't pay it, we are going to evict you?
No, I have to pay it before I'm allowed to move, and this is the first time.
But they're not, hold on, Mary, but they're not going to evict you.
I don't like the housing I'm in.
Mary, I'm asking a question, and I need information. If you don't pay the $2,000, are they going to evict you?
No.
Good.
But I don't like what I don't
I know.
do.
I get it.
That.
I get it. You don't like where you are. You think it's making you sick, and you want to move somewhere else.
I know it's making me sick.
Okay. But Mary, what you're asking is this. Do we have $2,000 to pay so you can move? And the answer is we don't, not under these circumstances. You're not facing eviction or homelessness, but I can do this. We can try to call over there and see if they will abate the abatement.
I do not, sir. I have anybody else to go to.
That's right. That's why we want to help you. Mary, I'm not telling you we don't want to help you. I'm telling you it's going to be difficult. I understand you have charges from your dog from the previous place that you disagree with. I think that ship has sailed. I don't think you're going to be able to disagree with it. But I do think you can ask them for mercy. I mean, I'm sure they can waive fees under special circumstances. But let's just say this. If they did waive the fee, where do you want to move?
Courthouse Square, that's run by Avail Properties over on 14th and Spear.
And if you move there, would you get subsidized rent?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. You know what I'd like to do? Deputy Doc, since you're there and you're a loudmouth today and you chime in on everything, I want you, if you could, if you're not overwhelmed with cases, I'm not sure our case count right now, and if so, Kachina can give it to someone else, but let's start. Doc does a lot of tenant landlord stuff. So I want him to ask Denver Housing Authority if there's a way people in extreme need like this and disabilities, if they can get these charges waived so she can apply for a change. Doc, what do you think? Let's at least ask.
It can't hurt to make a phone call.
303-713-TALK. By the way, this is the Troubleshooter Show. Tell people if they need help, they can get it here. Waterpros.net will help you with your water system. You can do whole house systems for a little over $3,000. You can do at the kitchen sink system for $1,400, triple filter reverse osmosis. Here's the point I'm making. You will never find it anywhere else at a better price and better quality. Waterpros.net, 303-862-5554.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Some slowdowns for folks on the east end of town. I-76 westbound before I-270. We've got a crash. We stop and go. Back from Brighton and Vasquez, we're seeing a 35-minute delay through the area. Just south of there, another accident. I-270 eastbound at Vasquez.
Where's
slow
Shannon?
traffic back from I-25, about 10 minutes of delay.
Shannon's doing Rockies.
On the far east end of town.
I don't mind the B team now.
Southbound between 96th and
D team. Dragon D team.
No complaints. Fox 31, pinpoint weather. It's the last warm day for a while. High 76 this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies. Overnight low of 40. We're expecting rain and snow tomorrow. The current temperature in Denver is 53 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll have NFL legend Brett Favre on to tell his story of football, faith, and family. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Keel and Park are attorneys that specialize in helping you get your estate together so you can pass on your assets, your business, whatever you have, artwork, valuables, memorabilia, to your loved ones. It's a really important step in your life to get an estate plan. It starts with a will, maybe a trust, or maybe beneficiaries' deeds and payable on death certificates and bypassing probate. Whatever it is, Keel and Park are especially set up to help you. And here's what I love. They'll meet with you up front, no charge, to evaluate your entire estate. Then come up with a flat rate price on different aspects. You can do it all, do some of it, and then they'll go to work for you. Not nickel and diming. I love this way of doing business. Keel and Park, there's an E on the end of each. Keel and Park, 970-818-8198, lawkp.com. You know, American Restoration 24/7 is a company I fully endorse for your property catastrophes. The last thing you want to do is be victimized twice. So if you have asbestos, black mold, radon, if you have sewer backups, if you have fires and floods, anything to do with a property catastrophe, think American Restoration 24/7, because they will do it right from the first time, and they have the EPA certifications, knowledge, and know how to get it done. Don't let your insurance company choose a company for you. They're going to choose schlock. That's American Restoration 24/7 for the best job, 8337-AM-REST, 8337-AM-REST, or amrest247.com.
Well, thank you so
Because
much.
half the time you
Okay,
stop.
bye-bye.
More than half the time.
Thank
Hey,
you
Mark.
for not dropping the
I got, you know how it works?
Yes.
Why don't you do the picture in a picture again? And put me, main, and that you guys in a picture, in a little frickin' 1/4 inch ball.
Because it takes fucking about an hour to figure out.
You get 7 cards. You're the deal.
Anyway.
You get 7 cards.
People
I get
loved it
7
when you
cards.
were down there,
You
actually.
make the best 2-card hand.
No,
It looked
you know
like
what?
you were- it
Here's
looked
what
like you
I
were
think.
giving
I
Jeff
think-
Big Head.
I think
And in order
whatever
to
is
lose, you have to lose both. Or to win,
aesthetically
you have to win
pleasing.
both.
It's just,
And
I don't know.
90%
I
of the
think,
time,
is there a
you
way
get-
we can
you
switch
win
so
and I
it goes
win.
back and forth and not always stays on one shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to go into that office there, or you can do it right there on the laptop.
You know, I would if you teach me. I can't do it now. I'd fuck it up. But
You just hit the fly button.
You want to teach me? I'll do it.
no, I think it'd be cool. So let's say I'm talking for a long time. Then you
Mary,
go to a
right?
one shot. If you're talking, you go to you. I mean, I'm
It'll
not
just
saying.
never. No one. I don't even pay enough attention to the show to do that. I mean, what the fuck?
Mark, I can do it. I'm serious.
Well,
I
you can do it. It's right in front of you. Just hit the fly
872.
button.
What do you mean fly, for God's sakes?
Look between the two top screens.
0753.
There's a fly button right in between.
Yeah, and then what?
Well, hit it. Do it right now and watch what happens.
0653.
Okay, now it's all studio. Which one is live, left or right?
Instead of email.
Looking at it right.
If I'm looking
I don't
at the
think Mark
laptop, the
realizes
right is
sometimes
what's
how
on
loud
the
he
air?
is.
Yep,
Okay, and the left is the preview.
that's right.
Well, okay, but I'd rather go like this. I'd rather, if it's possible, can you go from a one shot to a studio shot? Like, in other words, so now if I wanted to do just a studio shot or just a one shot,
Click on what is your show? Do you have one that's just you?
I don't see one that's just me.
Then I got to build one. That's what I'm saying. So
Okay.
once I build it, then you can load that up.
And would you be able
I
to?
might as well just load it up on you, to be honest, because it's never going to change.
No, that's
There's
not
no
true.
way you're going to remember to change it.
Mark, I'm going to change it, but I want to ask you something. Is it possible with that camera in the studio to make a shot on you and on the wide shot?
No, I'll just no. There's not. Not on this one.
Because that camera will only do one shot.
It'd be just. It's not worth doing. It's just a pain in the ass to zoom in like that. It can do it, but I'd have to do it from here.
No,
you
I'm
can't
not.
do it.
Okay.
You can't do it from there because
Okay.
the camera's here.
All right. How much?
And I'll be honest. I'll forget to move it, man.
I won't forget to move it. If I'm here, I'm right here on the laptop. It's easy. But what I want to know is it possible? Is it a pain? You see these cameras I have? The cameras I have here are better anyway. We should get 2 cameras for the studio, one on you.
It doesn't. They're not going to be any better. It's because we're not there. You're connected directly to the laptop. I'm
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. By the way, 713-8255, 888heating.com has a deal right now they're doing. And that's $28. Pick an item in your home for a full diagnostic, and you get the service with it. That's for the toilet, for anything, for any particular part of your home. It's $28 for the call. They credit you when you have the work done. But for the $28, it's not just a diagnostic, but it's a basic service and tune. So if your toilet doesn't need anything really, there's no parts, then you simply pay the $28. If it's more than that, they credit you the $28 anyway. So it's really cool. 888heating.com. 303-770-2776. Jeffrey wants to talk about HVAC. Coincidentally, Jeffrey, hi, what's happening?
Well, just hanging out, listening to your show.
What can we answer for you?
Well, I have a a furnace that's going out in the house in Longmont.
How do you know it's going out?
Well, we keep getting it fixed. And
when you get it fixed, what do they say is wrong with it?
It's always been something different.
Give me an idea.
I don't have the repair in front of me right now.
Now, here's what I want to know then. I want to know a few things. How old is it?
I think it's about 15 years old. It's a Goodman.
Yeah, okay, so it's a builder grade, probably. Goodman does make some better stuff, but I assume, have you been in the home the whole time?
My mother-in-law lives in it.
Is it a track home?
Yes.
Okay. So if it's a track home and it's been there, is the home 15 years old or just the furnace?
Oh, no. The home's built in the early 70s.
Oh, so she's had this replaced.
This is replaced. We bought the house about 5-6 years ago.
Okay, and it had been replaced. Here's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming you have a builder grade, low grade, 80% efficient furnace.
No, it's a high grade furnace.
What? It's a high efficiency?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
They make all kinds of stuff, man.
No, I know they do, but Mark, 15 years ago, it just didn't seem like they would.
Oh, it wouldn't be 15 years ago. I mean, it might be high efficiency for 15 years ago, but it's sure not high efficiency now.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, here's what you need. You need an honest assessment from somebody, and we have honest people. Now, I'm going to be straight with you. We don't have cheap out of the back of an SUV person, okay? We just don't.
Right.
We have professionals that will give you a free estimate, and then you decide what's the best value.
But the house is in Longmont. That was one of the
what difference does that make?
Before.
What difference does that make?
A lot of people don't want to drive.
Well, I think almost every company we have goes to Longmont. So I don't know who you called.
I haven't called anybody yet. We had
you've got Plumline, you've got Fix-It, you got Master Rooter, HVAC, you've got 888.
Go to referrallist.com and pick a company. They all will go there.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm serious.
888 heating in our other house before we sold it.
Did you like them?
Yeah, they did a really good job.
Good. Call them. I think they go up there.
Yeah.
Garrett does, no doubt, man.
Yeah.
So
I would do that.
We would like to get a couple estimates.
Now, was your question? Wait a minute. Was your question who you should call, or was your question something else?
No, we're doing. The furnace had the guy that put the furnace in didn't put in the air conditioning unit. And so we called people and asking them, can you do an air conditioner? No one would touch it.
Well, hold on. Plumline, no, they won't do just an air, but here's what you can do. Plumline has a special right now that if you do a new AC, they throw in the furnace for no charge.
Okay.
And you're probably going to want to do both, bro.
Oh, yeah. We just wanted, when we bought the house, the guy says, yeah, you can get an air conditioner. We just didn't do it. It was all set up.
Goodman started making 90% efficient furnaces. I just looked it up in 1982.
Yeah, it was a 90%. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll bet you it wasn't these modulating furnaces. Now those are, I think they're relatively new. Variable speed or modulating.
Well, it had a humidifier in it too.
Yeah, that's a nice add-on. You can do those. The steamers, if you really want something, I can get our house up to 50% humidity with a steamer. It's awesome.
Now, Mark, when you say steamer, is that a heat steamer or are you talking about ultrasound?
No, it's a steamer instead of having it's water-fed, and it heats up the water in this big filter the size of a big balloon, and it creates a steam. You don't see the actual steam come out of the vents.
No, of course not.
But it pumps moisture in massive.
Yeah.
And quick, real quick.
The problem
it's
with
a lifesaver out here.
The problem with moisturizing a home, if you do it too much, a lot of your stuff gets used to the moisture and then dries out, and it can actually do, like for pianos and certain things, it can it's really a weird situation what happens when you feed it moisture and it never had it. If you did that all the time and it was used to it and seasoned to it, you don't have that problem. But what they used to say with pianos, if it was once moisturized, you always have to moisturize. If it's dry, keep it dry. It's weird, but anyway, that was for soundboards on pianos, but that went for fine furniture as well, which I don't think there is fine furniture anymore. I think a few people might buy.
Henradon.
No, but I don't think people buy big, heavy, so-called fine furniture anymore. I don't see it, even in the nicest homes. Jeffrey, the deal is, you're not going to get someone to marry a furnace to an AC to an old furnace. And so they do. There's plenty of good deals, though, whether you want high efficiency or regular, at our referrallist.com. We have more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
Some slowdowns for folks on the east end of town. I-76 westbound before I-270. We've got a crash with stop and go. Back from Brighton and Vasquez, we're seeing a 35-minute delay through the area. Just south of there, another accident, I-270 eastbound at Vasquez. Slow traffic back from I-25, about 10 minutes of delays. Road work over on the far east end of town, E-470 southbound between 96th and Pena Boulevard. I-25 north and southbound showing no complaints. Fox 31, pinpoint weather. It's the last warm day for a while. High 76 this afternoon, partly cloudy skies. Overnight low of 40. We're expecting rain and snow tomorrow. The current temperature in Denver is 53 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. Democrats abandon Israel. Not just the squad, but now Schumer and Biden.
And the UN demands Israel stop killing terrorists.
And Biden cheers.
Download Verdict with Ted Cruz now wherever you get your podcasts.
So I'm going to tell you 3 commercials that will absolutely, positively save you loads of money. Honest to God. Now, Red Rocks Roof and Solar, Euro Plumbing, Colorado.net, and SimplyFloorsInc.com. First, let me talk about Euro Plumbing. They guarantee the lowest price on any water heater, no matter what size. They start at $13.99 for a 40-gallon. $14.99 for a 50-gallon. That's $14.99. And listen to this. They tear out and haul away the old one. And they install Rheem or A.O. Smith 6-year warranties. And they say any plumbing repair, the best price. They guarantee it. Euro Plumbing, Colorado.net, 303-668-6844. Now, Red Rocks Roof and Solar. RedRocksRS.com. What they do is incredible. First of all, they'll do a residential system. You get 40% tax credits, not just 30 with them. Also, they can help you with loans. And if you have a commercial system, they can help you damn near get the whole thing paid for with special grants, loans, and your tax credits. Find out more at redrocksrs.com. You will love them. I'm telling you, they do it all, too. They don't just sell a contract. They do the installation and the service. And that's redrocksrs.com, 303-704-2449. Simply Floors, Inc. They'll do you proud with your floors. Buddy and Karen Mitchell are the owners and the experts to help you pick the right floors. They also have experts they send out to your home. If you go to simplyfloorsinc.com, you can make an appointment to either go to the showroom or, of course, they can come to you with anything you're interested in. They handle all floor coverings. Simplyfloorsinc.com. How much time do I have?
3.
Oh, never mind. I'll wait till the top of the hour.
I didn't know what they were even talking about. This path of totality. Have you been?
What?
Path of totality.
That means total darkness.
The eclipse. Yeah, it sounded so nefarious. I didn't know what they were talking about.
Oh, we're on a one shot here. Okay. Are we? I don't know where the hell we are. I don't know. We're on an empty studio not talking. That's wonderful. All right. He's building shots, I see. Jesus,
Yes.
I just put in a question in chat that I want you. I'm going to text to you, and I want you to see the question and the answer. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Where's it at? It's going to be in my text.
Yeah, I'm going to text it to you. Hold on. I just couldn't believe it. But.
All right, 10 seconds here, guys.
Podcast network iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Big Take DC.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hey, I have mixed feelings about AI. In some cases, it's totally inaccurate and tries to indoctrinate you. Honest to God, no matter what they say, it is left-leaning and woke. However, it's an invaluable tool for other things. I'm using it right now for my securities information and investments because I'm studying for a test. And also, I use it when I'm on the show and different things. I just put in a question about Marc Mager, and we'll go back to it. All I said was to ChatGPT, what can you tell me about Marc Mager? M-A-G-E-R. Now, I swear to God, and this is a true, honest to God, do it yourself on if you guys have Chat GPT, would you go on and put that in, that same exact question? What can you tell me about Marc Mager, M-A-G-E-R? And Mark is with a C, M-A-R-C, M-A-G-E-R. Daryl, what's going on with you? Hello, Daryl.
Talking to me?
Yes, sir. I'm talking to you.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
You talking to me? Hey, Tom, I just wanted to call and thank you guys. This is a car day. I had a vehicle that was totaled.
Yeah.
And, of course, the insurance company sends you a number, and you say, okay, well, I guess I take that number. But after talking to you guys on the show there, you mentioned a firm called Petty Detail.
Right.
That will we'll take a look at that, and if it looks like they're offering you a fair amount, they say, okay, looks like they're offering you a fair amount, and you go about your merry way, no charge, no problem, which is really a very nice service. However, in my case, they said, it looks like they're coming in a little bit low, and I think we can get you some more money. So we paid a fee. I think it was about $500 or something like that, but it was certainly well worth it because we ended up netting another.
That is so cool, man. Petty Details, and they're on our referral list at referralist.com. Thank you very much, man. I'm glad they came through for you. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Get your calls in at 303 Martino, 303-627-8466. More coming right up. I'm stepping away for a minute.
Okay.
You can't. The show will fall apart. Have you done AJ's barbecue? I've heard of it somewhere. Maybe it was featured.
Tuition housing and other costs near $100,000 at some elite colleges and universities. Jewelry heist in Beverly Hills, prosecutors say California man took nearly $2 million worth of bling and other items from guests at luxury hotels, walking out the door with suitcases full of swag and selling it in Florida. He's pleading guilty. Chip Upton, AC News.
You pledged your life to serve, to make our country stronger, safer, more free, more people. You work made sacrifices, missed first steps and birthdays, lost loved ones. And in the end, we don't see this as yours.
call it. Okay.
This report is sponsored by try the new limited edition orange dreamsicle frosty at Wendy's.
But died while restrained. Okay. So then they can list the actual cause of like drug overdose or
Good point.
choking on their own vomit. Things
Wouldn't
like
that be euthanasia for them? Think about it.
Try the new orange dreamsicle frosty at Wendy's. It's like walking down recent memory lane. To have orange dreamsicle frosty in our timeline is truly something special, and we shouldn't let the moment pass us by. And be quick, it's only available for a limited time. You know, the biggest reason people don't invest is because it's too complicated. Crazy. You'd rather have the cash sitting in the bank, earning less money, than use it. So you're not saving or investing. You're losing money month after month. It's depressing. If you're looking for investments you don't have to check 10 times a day, Noble Gold Investments is your answer. Precious metals are simple, and Noble Gold Investments understands that. You'll get a dedicated American expert who will run you through your options and be your personal contact whenever you get in touch. No call centers, no hassle, just simple, straightforward, and real. This month, Noble Gold Investments is giving a free quarter-ounce gold standard coin with every qualifying IRA investment. Just use the promo code GOLD. Go to NobleGoldInvestments.com now. NobleGoldInvestments.com. And if that's not a reason to put your money somewhere else, we don't know what is. It's the Dan Kaplan Show.
10 seconds.
Poll. And why is Biden still denying RFK Secret Service protection? Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show, here to help you solve your problems, answer your questions, take your complaints. This hour brought to you by Deal Home Loans. They're still doing home loans, by the way, and they do the interest rate guarantee, the only ones. So if rates go down, you're going to get refinanced free of charge. 303-867-7000. Okay, so, Connie, I'm trying to look up your original call. You had an issue with your townhome development. What was going on? Help me here. Did you use the name Connie when you called in last time?
No, it's Consuelo.
That's what I thought. I can't find. Okay, so tell me what's going on.
I know. Okay, I talked to their lawyer. They came back and they wanted $9,300 from me to
Now,
pay
what
for
was
their
the
lawyer.
original dispute? I'm trying to figure that out again. I'm sorry.
It was where I did landscaping in the HOA.
That's
and they
right.
didn't
That's
like
right.
it.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that for people. What happened was you used to landscape. They used to let you. It was kind of loosey-goosey. They let you landscape right near your place there in front of it. And in exchange, they would give you a credit on some fees. And then the new board took over and said, you're not going to do that anymore. And kind of, they were not nice about it. So you, not only that, they fined you. But didn't you stop when they asked you to stop?
Yeah.
But they still...
It went on. Yeah, there's a whole gray matter here, and
They were not very nice. They could have just let you
They
go.
have
But
not
they...
been nice.
How much did they fine you?
At the very end is $9,300.
God! I mean, but really, why did they fine you so much?
because they said I didn't cease and desist on the first orders. It went up to $550. And the first three, the accusations in the hearing in the beginning were totally false. I didn't do any of what they accused me of. And then all of a sudden, then they had these where I didn't insist and desist with doing work out there.
No, I
did
it.
rake up some pine needles. Yeah, so then they brought in another fine. And I was like, you guys, you know, the problem is I wasn't out there just doing it. Then they went on to say that I watered the bush, when in fact they asked people in that meeting to please water bushes if you had access to a hose through the drought last summer.
Yeah.
You know, this has been going on since last June. And so that was it. Then they came back and they wanted X amount of dollars from me, and I tried to go, we negotiated back and forth. And then they, you know, they wanted, the highest it got at the end was $5,500.
And I told told you to try to negotiate a settlement and get it over with, because it's going to keep going up every time the attorney gets involved. What finally happened? What are you calling about today?
Okay. Today I'm calling about, so we had the mediation, and I offered them money. They refused it. I turned around and I called their lawyer again and said I could give them $1,400. They refused that. He goes, you're going to have to go higher. I said, look, I can do $3,000. I've been waiting to hear from them. This is why the call's coming into you. I received a letter yesterday in the mail. Now they're setting it for a court trial.
They're going to foreclose on your house.
Huh?
They're going to take your house. I want to get...
What?
Yeah, that's why they're suing. It's called foreclosure. That's what it is.
That isn't what the paper reads or anything.
Okay, could you do me a favor and send us that paper? I want to get our HOA guy on. What does the paper say, dear? Read that for me.
Oh, okay. Let me grab it.
You just hold on a sec. I'm going to come back to you. And we're also going to get our guy on. So hold on, all right? Just don't go anywhere, okay? Right. Kevin Calkin, Rod Greer, Car Day Today. Rod, on used cars.
Tom, Rod's not in quite yet.
Oh, okay. You're right. I should have looked at the monitor. I'm so sorry. Kevin, on timing chains, I'm getting calls about timing, not necessarily chains belts. Okay. So many people now are buying cars with mileage, okay? They are. What do you do? I recommend, first of all, there are some cars that don't require changing. There are some cars that do. All
Correct.
belts require a change at some point, but not all chains. Is that right?
That's correct.
But some chains, do they have a lifetime limit? Some of them?
Typically, a chain will last as long as the engine lasts.
So when you have a chain, there is no interval.
No.
But with a belt, there is an interval.
Definitely, yes.
But with a belt, you can have an interference engine or a non-interference engine, right?
Most are interference engines.
Okay, most. So if you have a belt and if you buy a car with high mileage, it's imperative that you know about this. So
it's got to at least be inspected.
Somebody asked me, what do I do? In other words, what do they do? I mean, what if they don't know?
Mm-hmm. Well, you can look and you can tell.
What can you tell by looking?
Well, if it's new, you can tell. I mean, and if it's really, really deteriorated, you can tell. That in between is
How do
is the
you
hard
can
part.
actually look at the timing belt and tell if it's wearing out?
You can on both extremes. When it's in the middle, you can't. So you almost have to change it to be safe.
If there is no record, do you look up the model and see what is recommended? And if it's over that, you recommend them doing it?
Yes, if we can't determine, that it definitely needs to be done or it's definitely good, then we would recommend they
now,
change.
Is it safe to say all then timing belts have intervals?
Absolutely.
Okay, and if you don't hit that interval and you have an interference engine, explain what happens.
Well, you can go the extreme. I mean, what happens is a piston, when a belt breaks, the piston will hit the open valve. So as the piston comes up, because the pistons are moving and the valves are not when the belt breaks. So you can, destroy, you can ruin the entire motor at the extreme. I've seen it where they break the valves off and get into the motor and destroy it, or you can, ruin the head. Either way, it's very expensive. A lot cheaper to change a belt than the head or a motor.
How much does it cost?
To do a timing belt? Mm-hmm. Most cars are anywhere between, say, $800 and $1,400, something in that range. That includes a water pump, pulleys, everything. You got to do it all.
Somebody else wants to know if let me see. I can't make out what they're actually trying to say. And you guys can text me 57739. On the belt. Nope, I can't. Nope, that's not. It's about a timing chain. Never mind. I'll read that later because it has something to do with what we're talking about, but I don't have time to read through all the. It's a really long paragraph, so I'll come back to you. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now listen, on these timing belts, by the way, we're talking about an interference engine, meaning it has to be timed perfectly or things crash into each other inside the engine, and it's catastrophic. So it's really, really important that you know that. And again, that is something that when you buy a used car, I think the earliest interval is probably 60,000 miles, right?
Yeah, somewhere 60, 70,000. Yep.
And then they go up to 95,000, right?
Yeah, I've seen them up to 95 to 100. Yeah.
Okay, 303-713-8255. Now, ProBid Energy does solar. If you're looking for a solar system, you can get one for $21,000, by the way, fully installed with battery backup. Yeah, that's after your tax credits. Now, they're also doing commercial systems in the city, and they can get it up to 70% paid with certain kinds of grants and tax credits. Find out more at probidenergy.com.
Haven't you noticed all the Rockies gear everywhere?
They're going to lose at least 100 games.
They were supposed to, it's a pretty long shot for them to win today, apparently.
Who are they playing today?
Discover the transformative power of shooting. Our team is here to support you, whether you're a seasoned shooter or just taking that first shot. Don't let stress hold you back. Visit Triple J Armory today at either of our locations in Littleton or Colorado Springs. Triple J Armory, your destination for tranquility in precision.
Okay, I love talking about deals, and that is when you call EuroPlumbingColorado.net for any plumbing issue, they guarantee the lowest prices. That's right. They're talking about maintenance and repairs. They're talking about even if you have water heaters, the cheapest. I don't mean the cheap, I mean the cheapest price. They do A.O. Smith and Rheem. So listen to this. They start at $12.99. That's incredible. No, I'm sorry. That's 13. Sorry. $13.99 for a 40, $14.99 for a 50. But no matter what size, that's still a screaming deal. No matter what size, they can beat anything. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. They want you to put them to the test. 303-668-6844. Now, let's talk about Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You want to talk about a deal? How about he'll evaluate and give you an analysis of your home, what it will sell for on the market, taking into consideration all of the elements, interest rates, your neighborhood, your house, the comps, and tell you what it will sell for based on his vast experience. And then on top of that, he can tell you what you're going to net after some expenses and, of course, what you will buy if you want to. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 920-1622, 303-920-1622. Simply Floors, Inc. When you say that name, it says it all. Simply Floors, Inc. is the company, Inc. simplyfloorsinc.com, and you can make an appointment to have them come to your house to show you some engineered floors maybe, or some luxury vinyl planking. Maybe you want hardwoods. They make recommendations based on their vast experience as well. They have such a great track history and some of the best installers in the business and great prices from Proximity Mills. Check them out, simplyfloorsinc.com. You know, when people are proud of their prices, do you know what they do? They give them to you. They don't make you go through a whole presentation. So you want a price on a countertop, call theartofgranite.com, and I'm going to give you that number. Mitch will love to give you a price on your countertops because he knows he hauls out and throws away all the old stuff free. He knows there's wholesale on all countertop materials, and he does any kind of material you want, man-made, or he does natural stone. TheArtOfGranite.com, 303-386-5919. Right now, special discounts or incentives like free edge treatment, free backsplash, free sinks, 303-386-5919. Thanks.
Okay, I'll answer the phone first. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. Oh, if you can call back, all I hear is static. And hurry, because I need water.
Hey, Mark.
You have to get a subscription, Mark.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
They had to get a subscription. Dude.
Yeah.
God, that is so insane, man. They literally had to get the
Good morning.
sports
Thanks
guys,
for calling Tom Martino.
a subscription here in the building just to be able to see the game.
You know why?
Okay.
Because no one was
Hang on for me.
advertising, because nobody was watching the games.
Control Alt Delete Task Manager. Is it Edge?
I figured it was, but it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's some bullshit link. It doesn't do any damage unless you do something, you know. Boy, that was crazy, man. I cannot believe the games, how they work now.
Well, Mark, if you were an advertiser, would you want to advertise on a game that 3 people were watching?
Well, opening day. That's all. That's all I was saying.
Right.
There's a lot of people that like watching. Not finding CNN's going to take me a while. Channel 99.
This report is sponsored by MSU Denver.
Warm and windy for your Friday. High fire being to get later on this afternoon. High today in the upper 70s.
Don't worry, it's not on till 2 o'clock anyway.
What's that?
The game's not on
It's
till
not on
9.
till 2.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even matter. You're not watching the game in here, period. I'm trying to find the damn. Okay, there's CNBC.
Oh, he found it. Wonder where.
10 seconds, guys.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. 630 KHAL, an iHeart radio station.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show now. Did we get, we're waiting from our HOA guy to talk about this situation. And I also want her to read what she has there. She said they're suing her now. This thing got way out of hand, way out of hand, for just landscaping her patch. And then she stopped, she said. And she says that do they have proof that they're finding you. Do they have proof that you kept doing it?
I've never seen any proof at all of anything.
What do you say
Other
they
than
falsely
I get
accused you of? Now, for those listening,
Deny it.
Connie's being sued by her townhome. What basically she used to do was landscape a little swath outside her place. And They told her to
Yeah,
stop.
groundskeeping.
Is that it in a nutshell?
Yeah.
And you stopped.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Well,
what?
as I stated, yeah, in the beginning, they took me to that hearing, and they accused me of killing the grass by raking it, harassing one of the people that I've known here for 5 years as a friend by harassing her with phone calls, and the third one was that I fertilized the grass out front. I did not do any of those three things.
Yeah.
None. Okay. Then they started with the paper coming saying I didn't cease and desist. I raked up some pine needles. I did rake up some pine needles. I told Jane about it, who's the VP.
And by raking the pine needle, where did the fine come from?
The fine came from the first event with what they told me at that hearing.
And then they just
What I
kept
did.
adding to it?
Yeah, adding to it.
When
Every
did you
time they said I
first
was
when did
getting
you
quit.
first call us?
Oh, God. Probably October.
Yeah.
That's after I went to that hearing. October.
Gosh,
Mhm.
this is sad.
And this is sad.
No,
they
I'm
have-
serious. I really do feel for you.
Yeah.
This, and what I want to know is, what does the law? I asked you to get that lawsuit. What does it actually say? I mean, how much is it right now? What do they want from you?
Well, the last number they wanted from me was $9,300 for his lawyer costs.
Plus,
He told me that. It was,
But in addition
No,
to
there
the
was no
lawyer,
plus.
wait a minute. Plus, they want the original
no.
fine. What was the original fine?
well, it went up to $550.
So the most it ever got was $550.
And then it went up from there to, I'm trying to think, there was another number. Then it went to $5,500. And then it just kept going up and up and up because I wouldn't pay, we just kept negotiating back and forth. And each time, so the last one is $9,300
Yeah.
for their lawyer fees. He told me that on the phone. I said, $9,300? He goes, yeah, that's my lawyer fee. I go, I can't do that. I said, I can offer him. I said, I'll offer him $1,400. That's what I can do.
Okay,
Well,
but hold on a
I sent
second.
him a
Hold on
letter.
a second.
Okay.
This is terrible. May I ask you something? How much do you owe on your house right now?
I probably owe about 42.
And what is it worth?
42,000.
What is it worth?
Probably 400.
How?
410.
How old are you?
I'm 71.
And what's your interest rate?
4.75.
Here, you may not like this, but I'm going to tell you something. Right now, the lawsuit, they're going to win, okay? I think they're going to win. You're going to have to hire an attorney. You can't do this alone. Because even if you're in the right, and I think you are, and I think if you pushed him, they couldn't prove it. But here's the problem. If you fight them, you have to hire an attorney, which is going to cost you probably $9-10 grand, okay?
Right.
So even if you win, you break even.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know
Very
what
true.
I think what you need to do is pay it first. Get it off the books. Keep it from accruing. Because every single time, like with this lawsuit, how much is the lawsuit asking for right now?
Right now, it stands at $9,300.
In that letter, it's $9,300?
He didn't give me there's nothing, all this letter says it's a notice to set court trial by telephone.
When?
And it says to the, please take notice that Plaintiff Chambers Ridge Townhouse Association will telephone the clerk of Arapahoe County Court on Tuesday, April 11th, 2024 at 10 a.m. or as soon thereafter as counsel can be heard to set the matter for a half-day court trial. Defendant.
You're going to have a huge lien on that house.
Yeah. Here's what I would do. I would get. I know you're not going to like to hear this, but I think it's an excellent idea. You right now could easily, if your townhome is worth $400, you could easily get a reverse mortgage. Easily, a cheap one, a little one, to pay off the mortgage you have and pay off that lien. Once you do that, I want you to know something. You're 70-something years old. You never have to make a payment on that loan. You just have to pay for your insurance.
Do you think she could get one that quick? Because if she...
No, I think if they know she's getting one, I think I would call them for her. But if she can get a reverse loan, and I can hook you up with the guy to do it, and that reverse loan... I don't know if you have any other bills. Are you do you have any other bills or problems with money right now?
No.
Okay. If you want, you can probably, at your age, you can probably get, I know for sure, you can get, let's say, $160,000. You don't want that much. But,
no,
hold on. But you can get, listen, this is really important. You can get a line of credit. I would get a maximum line of credit. Now, there's a reason I'm telling you this. On that maximum line of credit, that doesn't mean you pay interest on it. You do not. You only pay on what you take. So, your immediate draw on your line of credit, let's say you have a line of credit of $160,000. Let's just say that. You would pay your $41,000 off on your mortgage. Now you have no more mortgage payment. And you would pay the lien on the townhome. Done. Now, once that's done, that other money in there, which would be about, let's just say $100,000 you got left. You'll have a little more than that. But let's say you have $100,000 left. That's a line of credit. You don't pay a dime to have that on your home, but it's there for an emergency. So if you ever run into another problem, you write a check. It's literally that easy. Now, here's the other thing, and you got to keep this in mind, that where it benefits you is once you put a reverse loan on that house, even if you only have a line of credit of $150 or $160, it shows as a 125% lien on your property. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So that means that when someone, including HOAs, look at your property, what do they see?
Yeah, there's already a lien.
They see no equity. So if somebody wants to come after you, there's nothing there. I think it's brilliant. Now listen, I'm serious when I tell you this. If you want one of our people on the referral list to talk to you about this, I'm not trying to force you into this. I'm saying you're going to lose your home.
No. Oh.
Is there a reason you wouldn't do a reverse loan? I can see no disadvantage to you unless you have an heir you wanted to leave all of this equity to.
That's who I wanted to leave it to, was my family, my daughter.
You still can, because here's why. Let me explain this. You're not going to have anything to leave to her if they take your home. Do you have any other way to get your $9,300?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do? How?
Yes, I do.
How?
I have a savings.
Then you can do that. But you know what? A reverse loan, now I'm not, like I said, if you don't need it, don't do it. But a reverse loan would still, here's what would happen. The interest would accrue against your house. And if you live a long time and it went beyond the value of your home, then you would have nothing to leave your daughter, but she wouldn't be left with debt either. No one would ever be left with debt. But if the house continues to appraise and you die at a normal age, she can pay off the loan and sell it. But I'm not telling you to do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But you got to pay this lien. I'm telling you that right now. You got to pay it. You can fight it after you pay it. Do you understand that?
Okay.
As long as you don't sign any great long settlement saying you'll never come back after them for it. but you need to make a settlement. I swear to God, you're in trouble if you don't make a settlement. And it would even be worth getting Brad O'Brien Legal Services, to help you write up the settlement and make the payment, even if he costs you $1,000. I swear to God, you need to get this done, dear. Then we can talk about maybe going back after them. But at least it's not going to keep ticking up. Do you understand that?
Right. I understand. And I am about mentally, I'm telling you, my health.
I believe you, but this is not going to get better.
I know it isn't, and I just don't know why they don't stop.
Because they're heartless a-holes. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
I do believe they're exaggerating, and there's no way you did that much harm that these people had to fine you that much money. But the first fine was how much?
I honestly didn't talk. It was like 25, and then it went to 50, then it went to 250 or 550.
Yeah. Now it's $10,000. All right. Here's what we'll do. Hold on. If olslaw.com, give her the number for Brad O'Brien. You let us know if you want to do a reverse loan, and we'll send you over to Mark Massey. You let us know. And that's all we can do right now. I'm sorry. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Hey, Dragon, can you ask Mark to do these spots?
Yeah, sure.
I got to run. I'll be right back.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Some good news up on the northeast end of town, I-76 westbound before I-270. A crash has been all cleared up. We're still seeing stop and go back from 96th. Over on the east end of town near DIA, E-470 southbound between 96th and Pena Boulevard. Slow traffic continues through road work. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town. You are going to see some brief delays into downtown on I-25 northbound. I-70 eastbound, it's an easy drive to DIA. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, the last warm day for a while. Partly cloudy skies, high 76. Get out in the sunshine while it remains. Overnight low of 40 tomorrow, rain and snow. The current temperature in Denver is 55 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Why make things harder than they need to be? There's a better way to save time and money. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Become the Banker. We are going next Tuesday. Suzanne, myself, Tom, we're all going to be there. We're going to go to this movie event. I want you guys to check it out. It'll answer any questions you have on annuities. It digs into what's going on with Social Security now and what can happen in the future. And it talks a lot about retirement. It's one of these Hollywood-style movies. It's not like some boring flick. You want to check it out, free popcorn. There's going to be about 150 of us. The theater is not as big as it was last year, so please get signed up today. Go to mymoneymyway.com. That's mymoneymyway.com. K&H Home Solutions, these guys are now featuring Alpin windows. You realize they're made right here in Colorado. These windows are made for our environment. If you're up in the mountains, these are probably the best windows you can get for your house. I'll tell you why. It's the insulation. They're just like a wall, basically. It's just as good as whatever's next to the window. And, of course, K&H, they're going to install them properly. They're going to back them with a warranty. You're dealing with a company that's been around for 65 years. K&H Home Solutions, 303-421-7100, or check them out at khwindows.com.
Stress and rocking
For
chairs are
nearly
too
40 years
dangerous
now,
to seniors.
kitchens, baths,
But what does
counters,
that
and
have?
floors, finished basements, and windows and doors. Done right. Bank financing or significant cash discounts. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. DRHI.com or 800-362-8370.
Hi, it's Glenn Beck. Have you been thinking about selling your home? If you want the most money, call the agent that I would call, Troy Hansford. Troy sells more houses for more money than anyone in Denver. And his secret is a unique marketing system that's proven to get his clients the most money. Troy is so so confident in his system that he will make you this guarantee.
I said my buddy, he said everybody he knows felt it, but he didn't feel it.
As long as I lived back there, I don't remember ever.
I don't remember ever in my life feeling an earthquake
They
anywhere.
said it's been like 180 years or something since the last
140, yep.
something.
We were in
Virginia was a big one. It fucked up the monument. That was like
we were in the
10, 20 years
we were
ago.
in the BVI's having dinner, and we heard the loudest crack. It sounded like a cannon had gone off, and it was an earthquake. It just shifted. It was.
Where was it?
It was in Tortola.
Where the fuck is Tortola?
In the British Virgin Islands.
Oh, okay.
It was the loudest
Is
sound.
that near New Jersey?
It's Tortola. Hey.
It was the loudest sound I ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that's nuts.
But it wasn't. It's funny because we didn't get a lot of shaking.
No, just
the sound was amazing.
I didn't even hear him. I was working on something. Where'd Tom go?
I'm here.
I didn't hear.
Are you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
His pizza showed up.
His pizza showed up. We get it.
Oh no.
Our pizza's not here yet.
His pizza showed up.
So I'll tell you guys a crazy story in Northridge. Hold on, got to answer the phone.
I like The Rock. The Rock says, I am never endorsing
Good afternoon.
Biden.
Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show.
Really? Is that what? Oh.
Okay, what's your name?
I'll tell you this, freaking dragon scared me running in here like that. Thought the building, I thought we had an earthquake. Building on fire.
Take me off of the speakerphone.
Didn't mean to. I was trying to wave my arms and everything. You were busy looking at the monitor.
I
That's fine.
can't see you for shit. I seriously, honest to God.
Claire's bad, yeah.
Can you see him?
Barely. I mean, if I'm looking for you, I can.
I can't. Occasionally, I catch your face. That's it. Just barely, though. Now, I can see Kelly because she's got that kind of light that gets rid of it.
Yeah.
It sucks we're all stuck here. I wish I was at opening day now.
Really?
If I planned this out, I would have got us tickets.
You really want to be at opening day?
Yeah, it's probably the only one I'd want to go to.
Why?
I don't know. It's opening day.
It's opening day. You need more?
I've been there for years.
I don't know what else.
Addie just sent me Taylor Swift's getting her own Sirius channel. Channel 13.
The only opening day that was worthwhile was when they had the very first game at Mile High.
Oh, that would have been fun. I think they gave something away too.
Yeah.
I don't. I was there, but I don't remember.
100,000.
I was there.
Crazy.
Everybody was there. What you talking about?
I remember
Do you remember? Hold on. Do you
them
remember what
playing down
happened
at
at
the
the
old
first
Mile High.
up and first pitch?
Yeah, EY
EY
hit
hit
a
a
home
Home
run.
run, baby. Home run.
One of many to be hit there.
Yeah, it's easy to hit them. They said 9 or 10% easier.
All right, 10 seconds, guys.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. You know, when you hear that going on with HOAs, once the fine starts, it can be $100. We've had people start out with $100 and end up at $20,000. HOAs don't care. Management companies don't care. Why? They simply add the fees to what you owe. And as soon as you start fighting, you're looking at $3,000, then $5,000, and in this case, near $10,000. She will lose her townhome. I still want to talk when we can get a hold of him. Stan, the HOA man. What I'd like to do is get an idea as to what people can do, or if there are any changes in the law on that foreclosure thing. I thought there were some changes on that. 303-713-TALK is our number, or 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8255. I mean, excuse me, 303, never mind. 8466, 303-627-8466. Catherine, what's happening?
In a brand new senior living apartment.
Oh, it's it's a
62.
brand new building or brand new to you?
It's a brand new building.
Oh, cool. How long you been in there?
Well, when I moved in 2 weeks, December the 22nd, the 14th, and 2 weeks later I got flooded out, and I was displaced after that.
Oh, wait a
3
minute.
months.
You
And then
moved into a brand new building December 14th and been displaced since then, or just for a few weeks after?
No, it was 3 months after I moved in. I got displaced out.
Okay,
So I
and you were
moved back
displaced.
in 3
Okay,
months.
you were displaced in December.
Yes.
Okay.
But what has happened here is since I've been here, moved back in, I kept smelling a strange odor coming through
When
the
did you
vent.
move back in, dear?
March of 23.
Okay. And what caused the flooding?
They didn't have the installation. It was had something to do with the sprinkler system, and it flooded the whole.
So you just moved
apartment
back.
complex.
I get you. So you just moved back in March, and what's going on now?
I keep getting a strange odor coming through the vent.
What kind of odor? Is it like a musty water odor, dear?
It's not a musty water odor. It's more like I smelled like a urine smell.
Oh,
And now I've got.
Now listen,
yellow
how many units are there? Obviously other people were also put out, right?
Oh yeah, it was about 10 of us.
Now,
displaced.
did you ask any of your neighbors if they had the same problem?
No one has this problem but me. And I'm on the ground floor.
And is it coming out of the heating and air vents, or is it the carpet, or where is it?
It's coming from behind the backsplash of my wall in the kitchen.
How do you know that?
Because you could see it. And I had someone, Pure Maintenance, come out, and they checked it, but they want me to have the air tested now because I have been getting sick behind this situation. And I clean it, and it comes right back.
What do you mean you
The
clean
odor
what? What do you clean?
I clean the back of the wall where the glittery sparkles are on my in the kitchen.
Now, when these
clean
people
all of
come
that.
in, did any maintenance men or maintenance women ever come in and ever smell or witness it?
They're not going to, I'm going to say this. The manager has already labeled me as
That's right.
a negative person.
But is the smell only in your kitchen?
It's in my whole unit.
Okay, now.
It comes through the vents, and it's all over my unit. It's during the nighttime.
Listen, when you say the vent, is there one vent it's coming out of?
No, it's coming through all of the vents in
Okay.
my apartment.
Now, don't give me your exact address. Where are you located?
I'm in Centennial.
I would love somebody to see if they smell what you smell. And then we could
I would love to.
And then we
too,
could
because
tell the
this-
management, listen, this is a problem. No one else smells it, though, right?
Well, so far they haven't.
Let me ask you something about your heating and air system. Does each unit have its own heating and air system, or is it centralized?
Each unit has their own.
Did yours get replaced with the flood?
I don't know what they did with that.
Is
I don't
this
know
a
if they
rental
did.
or an ownership?
This is a rental.
Okay.
I'm in a senior living.
No, I get it. So, is it subsidized?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
so
affordable.
they say to you, they don't believe you, in other words.
Right. But I'm having some things that's happening in my unit. It's like the laundry room part of the frame of the door is getting chipped.
Okay, listen.
We have the water.
Listen, we're not going to get into all of that, but I will. First, I want to take care of the most serious problem, and that is this smell, if it is really there.
Right. Right.
Okay, so
right.
I'm going to tell you something. We need to find somebody, one of our deputies, to go there and check it out. I'm serious. Where in Centennial?
I am too.
Give me some cross streets in Centennial.
I'm off of Parker and close to Parker and Arapahoe.
That's
Road.
really, you know what? That's really accessible. Which one of our deputies can do that? Or maybe Mark can do it.
Go over and smell the urine?
No, smell the, see if there's an odor coming out of the vents and film it, tape it. I don't know. I think it would be cool. Or on the spot reports, but I go over there a lot.
I'll head over.
I was thinking, yeah, you know what? Well, let's
get the address. I'll leave now.
Oh, really? Okay, if you want to do that. Now, Catherine, hold on. Get off the air and give Kachina your address. Let's see what Mark can find out. I really would want to I want to try to figure this out. We got more coming right up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
Some major slowdowns up on the northeast end of town, I-76 westbound before I-25. We've got a crash in the right lane. Stopped up traffic back from 96. This is a big one. We're seeing about an hour of delays through the Commerce City area. I-25 northbound, some usual delays into downtown. We're seeing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Alameda and Colfax. I-70 westbound, some stop-and-go traffic between Colorado Boulevard and York. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies, high 76 degrees. The last warm day for a while, overnight low of 40. Tomorrow, high 51 with clouds rolling in with rain and snow. The current temperature in Denver is 60 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. Democrats abandon Israel. Not just the squad, but now Schumer and Biden.
And the UN demands Israel stop killing terrorists.
And Biden cheers.
Download Verdict with Ted Cruz now wherever you get your podcasts.
ExcelRoofing.com says it all. Excel as in excellent, E-X-C-E-L, and they do excel in roofing, first and foremost because they have no money down ever and they don't pay until you're completely satisfied. So they say, we don't take a cent until you're content. They also say we're on top of it, one of their expressions, and they can prove that with the AI technology they are now employing at excelroofing.com. What you can do is go on and put your address in their website. It will automatically get a satellite image of your roof line and calculate to the couple dollars what your roof will cost depending on what material you want. It's all automated. You can get it done in a minute. I urge you to go to excelroofing.com and have it done. And that's Excel pricing right there. excelroofing.com. How much time do I? Oh, never mind. I'm at the top.
4.
Okay. I'm at the top of the hour right now.
said he can't do it till tomorrow. I'm gonna take Mark's chair. Anthony's pizza.
What's that?
Said you guys love your Anthony's pizza.
We do.
Let me get makeup on Mark's headphones.
All right, 10 seconds here, Tom.
Okay.
Take on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Big Take.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here. You're a troubleshooter, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. What's going on, Deputy Chopper, man? Deputy Chopper is here with some follow-ups. Now, that Bridgestone...
Tom, have your dinger ready.
What's that, Chopper?
You have your dinger ready.
Uh-oh. I'm going to get it ready right now. I got to pull it out. Okay,
This is
now,
one of the
go
oldest
ahead.
cases I had. It's the guy that his wheel fell off from Firestone.
Oh,
and
my
they
God.
were willing-
Oh, okay. What was his first name, Chopper? I always need the first name.
Brian.
Now, listen, I remember that he had some work done, and then right after that, his wheel came off, and we said, that's too much of a coincidence. We don't believe in that kind of coincidence. So what happened?
Yes. Well, I'm going to cut to the chase here. They offered, finally, after 2-3 months, to pay him $3,900 for the damage. He couldn't find another Subaru for that price. So I said, hey.
Oh, wait. So they totaled the car?
Yes, they totaled the car.
It had 160,000 miles on it. It was a 2009 Subaru Forester. Kevin and is Rod's not there yet, right? No, I don't see him. Okay, so Kevin, I don't know, that 2009 Subaru, it had a flat, and when they fixed it, the wheel came off, I guess that car's not worth that much then, right? So
well, it's worth more than $3 or $4 grand for sure.
Hold on, guys. Let's come back
Tom?
and figure this out. Did he settle or not? Just yes or no, and then we'll come back.
Yes, he did get the money and the car.
Oh, my God. Okay, hold on. You're right. I did need this. We got more coming up. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK or 303-MARTINO.
You.
would have no idea if he did or not. But call him. He's on his phone now that he's in his car. He'll let you know. My work is endless.
Huh?
My work is endless. Mark has me doing extra stuff for him now. God bless.
You need a raise.
I need something. Oh, man. And I'm covering for Kelly here in an hour.
Oh, she's taking off?
She's taking off at 1. She, her school is Purdue.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they're in the Final Four or whatever that looks like in Arizona. So she's flying out there. Some
Wow.
of her
Oh, really?
swim buddies, and
Oh,
she's going to
cool.
be watching those games.
What school did you go to?
Purdue.
And the women's or men's?
Men's is in the Final Four.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Arizona.
Hey. Let me look for you.
This is like fucking Southland and shit.
No, it says no. It's down sort of by that. It's Parker Road and
Arapahoe. Isn't that right near Jeff's shop?
Yeah, it's down off Parker Road. Mark, you must have. Tesla doesn't know what it's talking about because I put it in and it's taken me down Arapahoe, left on Parker Road, and right down the road. Hey, Rod, get some pizza.
What address do you have?
15475. Do you have that? East Fair Place.
I'm sure you guys got cheeseburger pizza.
Yeah, I mean, when Apple Map says it's down Arapahoe and on the Parker Road on the left. So I'm not sure what you're pulling up, but it came right up for me.
All right, I'll use Google. All right, bye.
Did you want pizza?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just north of Arapahoe, it looks like.
Isn't that right near Jeff's place?
Close, yeah.
Have Jeff go over there.
Hey, Tommy? You hear me? Hey, Tommy? In studio. Let me let him know Rod Greer is in the house. He's tried to talk to
He's
you a
tried
few
to talk
times.
to
We're
you
like,
2 or 3
Rod's
times.
not here yet because
not
Kelly
here.
had your information up.
Oh,
Rod
really?
Greer is here now.
Did anybody call me?
No, we told him.
No, he was just asking you some show
I got it.
questions, you know.
He's just asking questions in general about car
Is it-
values.
Rod, is it 761-8045? That doesn't sound familiar.
No.
What is it?
720 520-6839. Got my wife's number. I got to spill out to you guys.
Is that what? Oh, 520-6839?
Uh-huh.
It's 720 or 303? I think it's 303.
It's 303. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I started with my
That's
wife's
okay.
prefix.
No more hard questions for Rob.
It's funny how you know your wife's number, but you don't know yours.
I don't know anybody's.
You know, remember, we used to do 25 numbers at any time.
Oh, yeah.
Just boom, 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 boom.
No, see, I can remember phone numbers from 30 years ago.
Hey, Kelly,
Like
the number you had up for Rod Greer wasn't even remotely close. I have no idea where you got it from. I fixed it, though.
Uh-huh.
I fixed it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but I can, like you, I can
I
remember
can't hear
my
you.
parents' number. My aunt's. Yeah. But, and
I'm
can
offline,
remember,
are you?
I can remember my wife's number all day long.
Okay, you can't hear me?
Now I can.
Okay, yeah. So I went to their website.
Go
and
to
that's-
referral list always.
Okay, so
Always get it from referral list when it comes to our referral list members, because a lot of times those numbers are different than their websites.
Okay, all
Okay.
right. Yeah, I'm good to know.
Doc, how you doing, sir?
Good.
Good.
Just made a nice three-pointer.
Oh, there you go.
Nobody saw it, so it didn't count.
Oh.
That's that old joke of a tree falls in the forest. Yep. Does your wife still hear it? Things busy these days?
They are.
Are car prices coming down, going up?
It's hard to say. And I know that sounds weird.
Yeah, certain ones are going up.
Yes, you know, you got an SUV, you'll pay premium, period.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, trucks are stupid.
Oh my gosh. I did a finance deal for a guy wanted a GMC. $97,000, 92 months loan because the front payments.
10 seconds, guys.
Afternoons at 4 on 630 K-How.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Okay, today is Car Friday, as we like to say. You can call in about anything, though, but if you have a car problem, give us a call. I do have a few texts I will get to. You can text me at 57739. You can also, and put Tom in that message so I know it's yours. And then you can also, by the way, get through to us in any number of ways. You can message us on Facebook. Suze will grab that. You can also get us on YouTube and message us there, or on Nextdoor, or on LinkedIn, or any. Yeah, those are the primary ones. And then 303-MARTINO, you can call 24/7, 303-627-8466, or 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Speaking of cars, we have Deputy Chopper who worked on a deal where a guy went to Bridgestone, or no, Firestone, I thought it was. Which one was it, Chopper? Wasn't it Firestone? And
Bridgestone owns Firestone.
oh, I didn't know that. Anyway, he
So
bought
was
four tires.
Firestone.
He bought 4 tires, and one went flat. He went to get that replaced, and the same day, the wheel fell off, the hub and disc. I mean, it was terrible. Did a lot of damage. They took responsibility, but it took a lot of nudging. Finally, he got a settlement for his car, or they offered a settlement. But how much is that?
They only offer.
Go ahead.
Tom, at first they only offered $3,900. But I told them, hey, ask for the car, and they did it.
For the same price?
Yeah, he got $3,900 and the car, and he's going to have the car fixed because that's his baby.
Do you think he can fix it for that?
I don't know. You have to ask Kevin, I guess.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Well, let's put it this way. It's one of those things that if you can't fix it, you can't fix it. And they certainly don't owe anything more than the value. But what do you think, Kevin? And what do you think, Rodney, Jeff, our cars? Rodney's a car salesman, cars dealer.
What was it, 08 Subaru?
It's an 09 Forester with
09.
160,000 miles.
I think that car's probably worth, just between $9,000. So I don't know why he only got $3,000 for it.
Are you kidding me?
It's a little bit less than that, but it's still a Subaru, and that's probably what you're thinking of. That thing, they hold their value. They're good cars, but it's probably it's probably about $7,000. With they said 138,000 miles. That would
160.
Oh, 160. Yeah, that's what I think. It's a little more than that.
So it's
double.
definitely, even though he got to keep the salvage, let's say the salvage is worth $2,000, and he got another 31 or 30 something hundred, right there. I wrote it down. 3,900. So 39, 49, 59. So he's right at about probably 6,000. Don't you think?
Yeah.
That salvage would be
that's
worth
nice.
$2,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah, I think he did pretty good with 160.
Yeah,
but it's
he
hard to
didn't do
find
bad.
any. It's hard to find any all-wheel drive cars for under $5,000.
By the way, my deputy chat GPT says that Forester can vary, but based on recent listings and sales, they go from 4,300 to 7,400. So he's right in there. Thank you, Chopper. That's really cool. You working on anything else? And by the way, let me give me my dinger again. Okay, what else you working on?
I'm working on 2 more that I'm going to give you next week, and you're going to get dingers on these.
Wow. I can always use, try to space my dinger out a little because, sometimes, there's 2 things going on here. If you don't use it, you lose it. But there's another thing. If you overuse it, you abuse it. So
I can get you some medication for your dinger, Tom.
Thank you. I think right now it's sounding pretty healthy. So that's all I have to go on. And remember this. If ever we have a success here, it's time for the dinger. Okay, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Warren, is it Warren or Warren? Did you spell that wrong, or is it Warren? Is that?
It's right. WARAN.
How do you pronounce it?
Warren.
Oh, okay.
Like
So what's going on? What's going on, Warren, with the wrong spelling?
You guys recommended somebody. They're not on your referral list. Allen Services. You remember them?
Once in a while, we recommend people when there's not someone around that we know and love. What was this for?
Heater, air conditioning in my home.
But where are you located?
I'm in Greeley, Colorado.
That's
They're
right.
Up north,
Yep.
so they serve.
What happened was somebody called up and said, "This is a great company." What
They
happened?
are. Well, the guy came out, did the inspection, did it, looked at everything. It's my furnace is 19 years old, so it's a furnace AC. It definitely it's leaking.
So you got a new one, right?
Monoxide. I do, and they're having a 40% off sale right now. And I also got a new water heater combined with everything.
Now hold on a sec.
All 10-year warranty, everything.
Did you get a normal furnace or is this a boiler?
It's a normal furnace.
Okay, and what did you pay for the
gas?
What did you pay for the furnace air combo?
I don't know because I do. I can. The water heater too is thrown in there.
Okay, what did you pay for the water heater, the AC, and the furnace all in?
All in everything, $14,000.
Okay, that is not bad. What kind of AC furnace is that?
That's a Payne. They had a Ream, or I can't remember. Or
No, but
the
tell
Bryant.
me what the efficiency is. Is it a modulating 90% or what?
It's he said 80%, but it's the
Okay.
So the one I have now is either on or off. This is a variable one.
Okay, no, that's good, but it's 80%, right?
Yeah. Is that good? Did I do okay?
It's okay. An 80% modulator, and then the AC. Do you know how big your AC is?
I don't remember wattage wise.
Not wattage wise,
all
BTUs.
Man, I'd have to look at.
I
my
will tell you
paperwork
this,
and I'm in
okay?
my car.
The water heater. Let me explain this to you. You on the market. You did really well in the market right now. Okay, I'm not telling you it's a great price. I'm telling you you're not going to get something cheap. But
no, I know.
I find it a little hard to believe that that's 40% off. But I'm not going to diss them on it, because they did a good job and you like it. And what counts is it's right in there with the regular pricing. But what I'm thinking is, I am thinking that the water heater, what size is it?
40 gallon.
Mm-hmm. So the water heaters range, of course, Europlumbing, Colorado.net does it for that size for $13.99, but no one else does, so you can't blame them. That water heater is they're probably figuring the water heater at what, $3,800?
No, it was 22, I believe.
2,200. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you just say you paid how much for all of it?
All three, 14,000.
Okay, 14. Then if you do 14, I'm just trying to figure out something. Minus 2,200, and 2,200 isn't bad. It isn't bad at all. So now you're looking at 11,800 for a furnace AC. That's fine. Okay.
That's probably about right.
Yeah. That's not bad. Okay, it really isn't in today's market. However, I don't believe that it is 40% off.
Yeah, I don't know, but they showed me
it.
the regular price would have been.
No,
20,
they're saying no. For that to be 40% off, if you do the math, am I doing the math right? I mean, 29,000. If they say 40% off, let me just see something. Hold on. Yeah.
Well,
They're saying it's about 20, not 29, but 20. They're saying that it's almost half off. They're saying it's not.
Right,
29.
you got to remember the water heater is included in that, so you got to subtract the 2,200 or whatever.
No, you just said. I'm going by what they said. I'm talking about the 10.8. You paid 10.8 for the furnace and air, and they're saying it's 40% off. That's what they're saying.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So I just think that's. I don't think it is. I mean, that part I don't believe. But the normal pricing wasn't bad. Yeah. So just do with it what you want. You did a good deal. I wouldn't feel ripped off at all. Ron's got a question Ron's got a question on timing belts. Thank you, Warren, for calling. Ron, what's going on?
Volvo C70 with 48,000 miles on it. So I'm just wondering, should I be concerned about a timing belt?
How many miles on it?
Even though it's 48.
What year is it?
Yeah, what year?
2013.
Does it go by time and miles?
Well, to a certain extent, yeah, it has to go by time as well. It can certainly be inspected, and you can see the belt and see if it's deteriorated beyond any reasonable. But yeah, I would say 10 years would be about max on them.
Okay.
So it is time to do it.
Especially in this climate, it's so dry, the rubber itself will start to deteriorate just from lack of moisture.
And that is an interference engine.
Yep.
Is it definitely a belt rather than a chain?
That I don't know. I'd have to look. Yeah. A lot of Volvos had chains, but some had belts.
Yeah, it's a belt.
It is. Okay.
So anyway.
Okay, well, listen.
I just think.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, I just think that going back to that other furnace thing, that definitely wasn't 40% off on that furnace. Just so you know. I'm not saying it's a bad deal, but it was. I don't like when they say we got a 40% deal off, Now, speaking of Volvos, we have another Volvo question, believe it or not. We'll do that right after this. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, denverregen.com. We're going to be telling you about that coming up. And I want to tell you, though, this time, I'm going to do the commercial about the weight loss thing, but they also are still doing stem cell therapy. And I'm telling you, I had that done and it worked. It was great. Now, it may not work on everything, but there's free consultations. Always. DenverRegen.com.
Oh my gosh, we didn't get you anything.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
So we were just talking about Denver Regen doing stem cell therapy. And of course, they've also introduced the compounded form of semaglutide or tirzepatide, both weight loss drugs. And they're going crazy on the market. In fact, hardly anyone has tirzepatide, which is even more powerful than semaglutide. You're going to be hearing about that too. But it's a fraction of the cost at denverregen.com. In fact, you can get all your therapy, your visits, and your supplies for starting at $250 a month for the semaglutide. I think it's a little more for the tirzepatide. But it's denverregen.com. Now, let's talk about K&H Home Solutions. They do so many wonderful things. They're expanding, and I love that. K&H Home Solutions is the oldest home improvement company in Colorado, or one of them. They started out as KH Windows, still has that website, khwindows.com. Now, here's what I want to tell you. Right now, they have these incredible windows made in Colorado for Colorado. Unbelievable. It's probably the best product you can get in Colorado. Alpine High Performance Products. Check them out, 303-421-7100, 421-7100. Made in the Shade will cover those windows once you get them. If you get them from K&H, go to Made in the Shade, get your window coverings. You will love Made in the Shade. They come and measure for free. They have a designer consult you for free. When you decide what looks good, what you want in your budget, they order it, and they have, by the way, the measuring and the designer's free. And then if you decide to go forward, they do everything from the ordering, delivery, and installation. Made in the Shade. That's denvershades.co. denvershades.co.
Man, we stayed in this room that had its own plunge pool. Rod, it was...
What's a plunge pool?
Let me show you. I'll tell you a picture.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Mark hooked us up on the Hilton points. So then we came home to snow.
Of course you did. That's how we welcome our natives here.
What was that?
Talk.
Oh.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Took you too long to get my lunch, so I went back there and got it myself. You sat there and tempted me. I was doing good until I saw you eat it.
So this is like sitting on the deck of our room.
Oh, wow.
In a little plunge pool, looking out on the ocean.
Where was that, Suze?
In Mexico.
Which one? Cancun, right?
Cabo. Did you see that?
Yeah.
You saw that picture?
Yep.
Yeah, I love it.
Cool.
That is cool. What did that set you guys back?
Well, we
So
have.
nice.
Here's the thing. Mark spends so much with freaking iHeart, selling it. He has his own ad agency that
And he's one of the few
we
that
get the
gets to
points.
use your credit card.
And so we hardly. I don't know really what it costs, but I mean, Rod, it was next to free, really, with all the points we had.
Well, that's cool.
So
I don't
that's
think
how
I've
he
ever.
does it.
Yeah, I've never seen or went to a place like that.
Yeah, and then right out that on that water, and then so you sit on the beach. I must have sat and whale watched for 5 hours straight. The hotel gave you binoculars. And,
Were there whales out there? You got to see?
oh yeah, it was that season. They had that they come with their
Calving and
babies
everything
that
else,
time
yeah.
of year. The humpbacks. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I found my new calling when I retire.
What's that?
Whale watch. That's all I'm gonna do. It's all. It just time just flew. I was like, oh
Is
my
that
god.
one of those all-inclusive places?
That place was not. We stayed at an all-inclusive for 5 days. Then we moved to the Waldorf for 5 days. That was the Waldorf.
That was the Waldorf? Oh,
It was
wow.
nice. So.
I don't think I can spell his
I'm
name.
not mature enough to go to those all-inclusive places.
Oh yeah,
I'm just not.
we take advantage of it
Yeah,
for
but
real.
it's just, you shouldn't be.
They don't let Kevin into the adult onlys
No,
because they
you
think
shouldn't
he's
be
a
drinking
child.
bourbon at 8 o'clock in the
And
morning.
you know,
just
Mark,
shouldn't do it.
they were trying to sell timeshares, and of course, Mark on our last night had to go and ruin some salesmen's sales. They were pissed. They tracked us down at dinner. I mean, I was like, thank God this is at the all-inclusive. We stayed there first. But after Mark went live on YouTube, said, don't buy a timeshare. These families are sitting there getting suckered in. Mark's going to tell you about all the annual fees.
Tom Martino Show.
They all backed out.
Oh, wow.
Hello, Tom Martino
Wow.
Show.
So anyway, I just hid. Hey, Tommy.
Yeah.
Some of the YouTubies are wondering why did you switch the camera to just you, or did Mark do that?
Mark did before he
Oh,
left.
okay. Well,
I
Mark
didn't-
did that,
I don't have any
guys.
power over that right now, but
Yep.
here's the deal.
You look at Tommy's handsome face.
Well, can you switch it to both of us?
Probably. I mean, I don't know
know how
why
to
Mark
do it.
did that. I think I know how.
Right.
10 seconds, guys.
That's my problem right there.
Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So, Andrew, let's talk about selling or buying a 2019 Volvo XC90. So what's going on with it?
Yes, sir. So I purchased the vehicle. Great vehicle. Beautiful vehicle. No problems.
You know what? I've never heard a Volvo owner not liking their car. Honest to goodness. I've never
they're
heard
amazing.
one. Now, I want to ask you something. Guys, I want to ask you something in this studio. Is this one of the reliable brands?
I think Volvo makes a great car. They do.
They're not a bucket of oil
Well,
leaks
it's the
later
safest
on.
car in the market.
No, they're not.
Nobody's ever died in the XC90.
Jeez. What about
They're
it?
cold
What do you
following.
need? How many miles you got on it?
It is.
37,000.
Are you looking for a market value?
No, I'm not looking for a market value. I purchased the vehicle.
How much you pay?
And I paid about $40,000, which is amazing.
Well, actually,
the bottom
okay.
line is
A little high, but go ahead.
here's what's going on. The vehicle was presented to me as in 0 accidents, 0 damage. And
How was
then
it presented to you
I
that
took
way?
it- Well, that was through their report
Through
at
what?
the dealership.
Oh, so wait, you got it in
The
writing.
report. Correct.
What kind? Was it a
And
Carfax?
then,
What was it?
It was not Carfax. It was whatever CarMax uses.
Okay, so what happened then?
Well, I took it to have the windows tinted. And under the lights, the gentleman's like, why was the hood resprayed? And I said, I have no idea. And then under his lights, I can clearly see this was not factory paint.
Okay.
So then I go back to CarMax, obviously,
Yeah.
and ask them what's going on. And they say, they'll investigate and they'll call you back. That was 2 days ago. No calls.
When did you actually buy it?
I bought this in January, And I did pull a Carfax, and it does report damage.
What does it report on Carfax?
It just says vehicle damage.
Okay. It usually says minor or major.
It does not.
Okay.
It just
Also,
says damage.
a couple other things, Warren. I'm sorry, Andrew. A couple other things.
Yes, sir.
Here is the weird part. They don't have to tell you about damage, but they can't misrepresent it either. So that's what's weird. They could have kept their mouth shut, but instead they said, and on the contract, I'm not talking about this report you got, but on the contract, does it say as is?
It's an as-is car, but the gentleman I spoke to at CarMax said, "Oh, we do everything. We do repaints, we do PDR, we do all kinds of things."
Andrew,
I will find out.
No matter what he says off the contract, the wording in the contract says that contract supersedes anything. I mean, if it's a standard contract. What I'm getting at is, but they gave you some kind of a written report, you said. It was some kind of report that literally said no damage history, right?
Correct.
Hey, Tom.
And they gave that to you with the deal, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so JFR Cars, Rodney was chiming. Rodney, I just want to ask a question first. I was told, or when I researched this and over the years, as is means as represented, but you got to prove how it was represented. In other words, as is doesn't just mean, like if someone writes something saying the engine was rebuilt at 10,000 miles ago, or you got a remanufactured engine, and then they sell it as is. They can't sell you a car with 300,000 miles on the engine if they represented it had less. Yes, you were buying it as is, but not as lied about, but as represented. Go ahead, Rodney. What were you going to say?
They probably used AutoCheck. AutoCheck is another form of Carfax, not the same company. But we found that Carfax may have a challenge on the information about the car, and you'll find whatever it is that was not mentioned on Carfax, AutoCheck has it. So one might report it, but the other one may not. And that's probably what you're into, and you kind of got in the middle of. And they may or may not have known about that.
But I don't know how the contract is written regarding that report. Is that report part of the contract, or do they simply say, by the way, here's a report from CarCheck? Because they're not obligated to check CarCheck or to check Carfax for its accuracy. Now, could you argue that they misled you? I don't know. I think it's CarCheck that misled you.
He said it slipped through the cracks, which unfortunately I don't think is fair.
Well, it's not fair. It's not. But the question is, Andrew, who misrepresented the car? Did the dealer is not allowed to lie about the car, but they don't have to tell you squat about it.
Well, here's the deal. If they were the one that repaired it, which is what the dealership said, we do all this stuff, then they did mislead me because they knew that they were the one that repaired the car.
Well, not really. No,
Andrew.
Andrew. Unless that dealer told no. See, the dealer could have fixed it all day long. They don't have to tell you they fixed it. They don't have to tell you anything. But if they gave you that report, and the report said no damage history, right?
Yeah.
And what was that? Okay, if it says that, does that dealer guarantee that report? I mean, that dealer is not under an obligation to tell you whether that report is true or not unless it's part of the contract. I don't know how it worked. On the surface, it looks tricky to me. It looks like garbage because they have a report that said no damage and they did the damage. Now, the other thing could be it was very slight cosmetic damage. I mean, I don't know how bad is it? Do you know?
No, it's probably hail damage.
Well, was it paintless dent repair? No, they painted it, right?
It looks, well, they painted it, but they didn't color sand or anything. So under the factory lights, I mean, it looks terrible. I mean, in the plain daylight, yeah, it looks
And did
great.
that dealer do the report? The repair. The repair.
That's what they're claiming they did, yes.
Okay,
And
well,
then
in
they
other
were
words,
supposed to
this
call me
Volvo,
back.
this dealer actually said to you, we fixed it.
We do that. We do the PDR. We
Okay,
do
got it.
everything.
Got it.
We do that all the time. But they were supposed to call me back 2 days ago, and they've not called me back. So something's weird here.
Okay. I don't think you have, do you want to return the car?
No, I just want them to color sand the hood, man.
Okay, then you got to, did you tell them that?
Yes.
That's not a big deal. In other
Well,
words,
it shouldn't
what
be.
you're saying is that they fixed it, they should stand behind what they fixed.
Correct.
I'm in total agreement. I want somebody to call over there and talk to them because I agree with you. Kachina, who's light on cases? We need someone to call over there.
Probably right now, Deputy Dollar could probably take it.
I want him to call over there because he's not asking for the world. He's saying, look, you sold it to me, said there was no damage. Yet you guys yourself did some damage repair and you didn't do it right, so just make it right. That's not unreasonable.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I agree with you. Hold on and let's see what we can do. 303-713-8255.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. Download the free iHeart radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Busy Friday driving throughout the Denver metro. Lots of slowdowns around the center of town. I-25 northbound showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Broadway and Colfax. Just north of there, I-70 westbound stop and go between I-270 and York. Just north of there through Commerce City, I-270 westbound. Roadwork resumes in the left shoulder at Vasquez. Slow driving all the way back from I-70. We're seeing about a 5 to 10 minute delay. I-70 eastbound, it's easy driving to the DIA area. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, the last warm day for a while. Partly cloudy skies with a high of 76 degrees. Overnight low of 40. Tomorrow, rain and snow with dropping temperatures. The current temperature in Denver is 71 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Why make things harder than they need to be? There's a better way to save time and money. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Genesis, the beginning, and he believes in getting in on the beginning and making your home improvement project wonderful. He specializes in all kinds of stuff. Roofing, door, siding, windows, decking, outbuildings, painting, and he really does a great job with hail damage because you can put it all on one invoice. You have one company to deal with. I urge you to get in touch with GenesisTotalExteriors.com. And if you want a deal on water heaters, you're not going to beat this. Oh, man, other plumbers are just scratching their heads. How the hell do they do it? Get ready to write this down. Water heaters. We just heard a guy who was charged a couple grand. Okay, that wasn't bad, $2,200, $2,300. But most of the time, it's $4,000 and up. But with EuroPlumbingColorado.net, yeah, listen to this. Water heaters start at $13.99 for a 40-gallon fully installed, the other one taken out and hauled away, and for $14.99 for a 50-gallon tank. Think about that. And they say any plumbing thing you need, you'll get better and cheaper at EuroPlumbingColorado.net, 303-668-6844.
Beautiful on the box, you know, and anyway, it's a fun little novelty if someone comes over.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, get me set up in there. Get your stuff logged out. I'll get my stuff logged in.
Okay, that
And
was my other question.
I'll
You
come
want
in
me
just a
to
second.
just like log everything out. You don't want me to just leave my stuff up since call screener is already up and everything?
No, I'll bring my computer in and log my stuff in, sister.
Sweet. All right, let's do this.
She's ready for the games.
My husband will just stop scaring the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't complain too much. I take days off to go to concerts.
Mhm. Yeah, but you're not going to come back when they lose.
And Tom takes off in every day. Well, feels like, right?
I heard that, Kevin.
They better win. We don't need Craig.
Stop that.
Kelly.
Oh, no. Connecticut's got more than they can handle.
Hello, thanks for calling the Tom Martino
Yeah,
Show.
she went to Purdue, so she's going
Oh.
to games
Down
this week in
Arizona.
Arizona. She's
Oh, cool.
So I think her flight's in a couple hours.
Okay.
She is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to be nice.
Yeah.
She's full blown.
That's an understatement.
Okay.
I missed out on that because I went to City College in New York.
I don't need your last
And
name, just
nobody
your
had,
first
Nobody
name
had
will
college
do.
teams, you know.
And then you have
There were
a
two pro
question
teams
about
in every
canceling
sport,
gym membership.
and no college sports really.
Was it a private
College
school?
basketball
No, it
in
was,
New York was
it was-
huge in the 40s and 50s.
Well, yeah, but I was there.
Fordham
in-
and St. John's. And
St. John's once in a while got into a
Fordham.
but there really wasn't this big, big stadium kind of thing where you could go root for your team and have tailgating parties and get drunk and all that.
Yeah, that was a different world back then.
It was. I mean, there was Queens College, Brooklyn College,
Okay.
City College, but
Right,
they
I
all
just
were
need to know. So you're trying to cancel your
like high schools in
Mhm.
a sense.
Yeah, their televisions changed the game
Yep.
in all levels. Television is a major moneymaker for everyone. Now the college guys are getting paid, so that's
Well, you know what? It's about damn time. If
Yeah.
you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, some of these kids get hurt, though.
Get a free education. Yeah, but they're not getting the education that they went in for.
Right.
They went in for
Adam's
pre-med
scaring the
and
shit
end
out
up
of me.
in
He's like, you didn't get TSA pre-check.
Right.
You're not gonna.
But-
You're gonna miss your flight.
What do you mean, the
What the
athletes?
fuck? Are
They don't
you
go into
serious?
pre-meds.
I have
They
to
go.
go
They go
for
into.
Christmas.
A lot of these kids go into
And I guess
college
security's all
hoping to get
fucked
into the NFL.
Why? There's more of it.
Or the NBA.
I
Well,
went to
it's
high
like
school.
bridge
That's
security
that's man.
or-
Yeah, there's more security now. So
he
I
went in
don't
as
know.
3 years
He's
fine
scaring the
because he
flying
had-
fuck out of me, and I wish he
They have
wouldn't.
both
because-
sides open now, plus
He
the
could
bridge.
handle the workload.
It's so
Oh,
much
of course
easier,
not.
so fast, so much faster
He
now.
ended up with a degree in parks and recreation, so it was a real life situation.
He
A
would
lot of
just
guys
stop
in his team.
scaring the crap out of
Or
me.
they can do what I did,
Stop being scared.
which is go.
That's what I need.
I spent 7 years before I got out of college,
Mm-hmm.
and then 10 years later, I went back and did all my pre-med stuff, and then went to medical school. So
No,
there's
he was
always
using the school as an avenue to go to college.
right,
He was not using
Hey, Suze.
the NFL. That was not his goal.
right.
He came from a blue collar, New York family.
But, a lot of
His dad
those
told him,
kids-
he said, "You're not going to college if you don't get a scholarship. I can't pay for it."
Right.
So he used it as an ends to a means, and not the other way.
So I think what they should do is let these athletes.
It's warmer in here.
They can only play 40 years, right?
5 maybe.
Okay, with the college, you say, look,
All right,
okay,
10 seconds here, guys.
after you're done, when you're
Address hair loss with the same simple one-day treatment I received. AdvancedHair.com.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hello, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255-888heating.com. I want to remind you that they have a $28 special for servicing one item, $28. That includes a service and maintenance check. And if you have any repairs beyond that, they credit you $28. It's a great deal, 888heating.com. Okay, listen. On this situation, we have some faxes, some texts, that I really got to get to because they're cool on the HOA thing. But I'll do that after this because Glenn's been waiting. So, Glenn, what's going on with you? Glenn, are you there?
Pardon?
Yes, sir. What's happening, Glenn?
Well, I picked up a 94 Buick Park Avenue. I love my Buicks. This is the 5th one I've owned.
Wow.
And what I...
How long, when you say you picked it up, Glenn, how long have you owned it?
About 6 months now.
Okay.
And what I've done to it so far is I put in a new computer module. I've done a transmission flush, radiator flush, brake flush, power steering flush, new battery, and it runs and drives like a dream. But it sat out for 5 years, and the clear coat's gone. It needs to be repainted, needs a new windshield, but I was wondering, should I go ahead and spend the money and paint it and put in the new windshield?
How many miles on that, Glenn?
47,000.
Whoa, no, it isn't. You're telling me 47,000 on a 94?
Yes, it was owned by a lady. That husband owned a local plumbing, Olson Plumbing.
Guys, do you believe that it only has 47,000 miles on it?
That's hard to believe, but it very well could be. I'm more curious on what you paid for it than we can tell you if it's worth throwing the money in it.
I paid $500 for it, and I've got about $900 in it.
Yeah, it's worth putting the money in it. Yes, in my opinion, yes. What do you guys think?
Paint job?
I'd almost try to sell it as is and see, how much it's going to cost to paint it and put a windshield in it.
Come on, man, it can't cost that much. You're not looking for you're not looking for a paint job that's going to be like stellar, right?
I'm not looking for a high price. Right now, I'd sell it for $5,000.
I don't think I don't know, man. I don't know. You ought to leave your numbers in case somebody calls. It's so they drove at less than 2,500 miles a year. I find that incredibly hard to believe. So every month it would be only less than 200 miles a month.
Well, when they bought it brand new, I went down and checked. They bought it at, I think it was Perkins Buick in Colorado Springs.
Why'd you buy it? Did you buy it to drive it, or did you buy it to sell it?
I bought it because I love Buicks.
Then paint it and keep it.
They ride so smooth, so...
Okay, what's your other car? Which one would be better, the one you drive currently or this 94 Buick?
I'm having a big problem with that.
What do you mean with
right
that?
Now,
with what?
I've got a 2015 Buick.
And what's wrong with that?
Not a dadgum thing.
Okay, well, what do you mean when you have a problem with that? What are you talking about?
Well, I've got 5 cars.
Oh. Do you have any you can donate to my immigrant family?
Well, I'm retired. If I donate something, I don't get it. I wished I could.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I understand. Yeah. I'm just looking for a car for this one family. He's got a good job going. He can insure it and put a plate on it. And I need to get him a car. Hey, Kachina, did you get the number of that one guy that called in before with that Toyota or whatever he had?
Hey, Tom, it's Suze now. Kachina's out. I can check with her, though.
Yeah, Suze, do you remember that guy calling in saying, I want to fix the car and donate it?
I'm sorry I don't, but okay. I'll ask her.
I asked her to get his name. So, Glenn, our answer is it's worth it. Your total basis in that, if you get a cheap paint job, that's all you need, and a windshield. Your total basis with what you already put into that is going to be what? Less than $2,500, $3,000 for God's sakes, for a running car with 47. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what could I probably ask on it.
Okay, once you make that, are you going to make those repairs or sell it as is?
Well, I'm trying to figure out, should I go ahead and put the $1,000 to $1,500 into the paint job and then try to do something, or should I go ahead and try to sell it without the paint job?
But you want to get rid of it then. So if you want to get rid of it, I wouldn't put another dime in it. I'd just sell the car.
You're going to just get that money back when you sell it. You're not going to make any more on
Yeah.
it.
No.
What is your honest opinion as to price?
I'm looking on Facebook
I'm
right
looking
now,
too.
seeing what's out there, and they're $2,000 to $3,000.
That's what I would think.
Yeah, but only 40. Hold on, guys. That's with only 47,000 miles on it.
Yeah, it's still a 94.
Original.
No, but it's still a 94. There's nothing you can do.
Break when you can, Tom.
I got to take a break. Hold on. We'll come
Firebird.
back. We'll come back and take more. Hang on. 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes.
Busy Friday driving throughout the Denver metro. Lots of slowdowns around the center of town. I-25 northbound showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Broadway and Colfax. Just north of there, I-70 westbound stop and go between I-270 and York. Just north of there through Commerce City, I-270 westbound roadwork resumes in the left shoulder at Vasquez. Slow driving all the way back from I-70. We're seeing about a 5 to 10 minute delay. I-70 eastbound, it's easy driving to the DIA area. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, the last warm day for a while. Partly cloudy skies with a high of 76 degrees. Overnight low of 40. Tomorrow, rain and snow with dropping temperatures. The current temperature in Denver is 71 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Why are people saying "Hew yeah" to Jackson Hewitt? When you switch to Jackson Hewitt, they will beat what you paid last year on tax prep, even if you filed online. Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
My turn to tell you about American Restoration, and this is something that I don't love talking about, because if you need American Restoration, it means you had a fire, a flood, some kind of property catastrophe. Some people even discover meth labs or marijuana grows in their rentals, which can seep into the walls and floors and everything. Look, whatever your disaster, including discovering black mold or asbestos, American Restoration is a company to call. I urge you not to just start Googling. It's not going to tell you anything. And in fact, some of the worst companies are in this business. And your insurance company has a knack for hiring them, and then they pay and they say, sorry, we're done. And you have a lousy job on your hands. You have the power to hire people. You should call American Restoration. They work with insurance. 8337-AMREST. They have all the knowledge, education, know-how, CPA, the EPA certifications. 8337-AM-REST or AMREST247.com. Hey, if you need new floors after getting rid of those old carpets after a catastrophe, or you just want to upgrade your home, or you're just moving, or you're selling, Simply Floors Inc. has every bit of floor covering you'll need, whether it's going to be for a fix and flip or your dream house. They have no job too big or too small, and they can fit almost any budget. They do hardwoods. Oh, what a selection. They have veneers, like these veneer engineer floors. And then they have laminates and luxury vinyl planking and carpeting. They have it all. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Great prices, great sales, great installers. SimplyFloorsInc.com. A lot of people want to sell their home and they don't want to mess with buyers. Well, how the hell do you do that? They don't want to list it. They don't want to do the deferred maintenance. They don't want tire kickers. They don't want open houses. They choose to just get a price and sell it. And you can do that with home investors. Now, I'm not telling you you have to sell it to them, but what the hell? If you're in a hurry, why not call them? I mean, you have nothing to lose right now. Just call them, and they make you an offer. Home Investors is a company I've endorsed for many years. 800-44-BUYER, 800-44-BUYER.
I did 17 years as a UPS driver and tractor driver as well.
What is it with all these old goddamn cars today, man?
I'm selling cars on my route.
Guys.
My manager. Did you get to the auction and buy that car?
They don't have their headphones on, Tommy.
Okay.
You just got me today.
I got three more deliveries, and I'll be there.
Here's what's amazing
That's what I was
to me.
doing, and I said, you know what? After 16,
this
17
car
years, I
is
want to
selling.
sell cars.
It's selling for around $5,000 with that low mileage.
Oh, really?
Because dealers that I've met through.
I don't think I can get anything from Kelly. I think she's driving right now.
It's okay. Is she going to her thing?
She's going to Arizona for those basketball games.
Oh, God. She's driving there?
No, she's driving to the airport. She just left.
You're the only one.
I wanted to go to the eclipse, and God damn it, I'm not going to be able to. The weather's going to shit on me.
Oh, where's it at?
That guy's never going to.
No.
He's always
The eclipse, I got to go
Yeah.
north. I would have to fly. The closest straight line would be just northeast of Dallas.
He had an Aurora before COVID anyway.
Ah, gotcha. And the weather's going to be crappy down there?
No, it's going to be crappy on the way from here out about, let's see how many miles.
Okay.
But you're really into that, huh?
Oh, my God.
The eclipse?
It's the most phenomenal thing. It's weird. It's so wonderful.
Huh?
I went to the last one.
Yeah, I remember that.
And for two in a lifetime, now that's an accomplishment. If I could just
That's
get
cool.
out. But I don't want to. My friends are making a road trip, but I'm not sure I want to invest that.
And unfortunately, or
That's a 9-hour drive.
The spread,
If not more.
between a $5,000 car and a $30,000 car.
Troubleshooter
is
Show,
about
what
the
is your
same
first
now.
name?
It really is.
Mike, in a sentence or less.
It's
What
about
would you like
the
to talk to
same.
Tom
And the
about on the
risk
show
and the
today?
guys who does the low risk, it makes more sense. Dollar to donuts.
Yeah, because those cars will sell
all day long.
Hang tight. Listen to the phone.
You don't have to look
Hey,
at the-
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was his whole philosophy. I don't want to sell hard cars. Then I got to hire people. And, you know, this. But and a guy before him used to sell Honda Accords.
Tommy, you know who we didn't add to your spreadsheet? I added it. Premier Window Cleaning.
Okay, good.
So I added that one on. I'm going to start going through and
Oh, I'm
putting
going
in
to
some
do all the
missing info.
design and math again.
Please do. Yeah. Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name?
Well, right.
With the gym membership? Spell your first name.
Onto the sale of the car.
Sale of the car. He knew he had to cover $300 to $500 a car for.
Jerry.
You know.
Okay, Jerry, in a sentence, hang on just a minute. It's a gym membership. You're looking for a refund.
Which is no different than a lot of
Gym membership wants refund.
Yeah.
All right, listen to the phone, Jerry. When
Research Center breaks down the Dems gun-grabbing bills in Colorado, and comedian Bobby Collins is at Comedy Works South this weekend. Hear him and your chance to win tickets right here on 630 KHOW.
All right, let's continue here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Mike, what's going on with you, Mike? Welcome.
Hello, Tom. Hey, in a nutshell, we had a realtor refer a crappy contractor to us, and I stumbled across a term called negligent referral. And I wonder, have you ever heard anything about something like that?
Yes, because I have a referral list. And a negligent referral would be me putting people on that list that I know are scumbags, and they hurt you, and I'm recommending them, right? Now, a lot of people don't understand this, and I'm really careful about who I endorse. However, all I would have to show, and again, I'm giving this from a personal perspective because I know exactly what that real estate person did. Now, first you have to disclose your relationship, and is that guy getting a kickback? It could be negligent. If he's getting a kickback, he didn't tell you, and he's had other complaints. But on the other hand, if he really thinks the guy's good, he did nothing wrong. We can discuss it if you want to hold on, because maybe we can tell you how to go after the other guy. Hold on.
Everything is
Okay. 1 hour to go.
I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's a shrinking market. First Eagle Funding.
No.
Suze, did he say a plumber he recommended or what?
Back in the day, they
I didn't hear him.
Okay,
I was
never
on the
mind.
phone.
everybody
All right.
else,
Do you want me to ask?
Yeah. And then I'll go back to him. I want to know what
Tom's going
trade
to go
it
back
was.
to you, but was that for a plumber?
Right.
But he would always show me
Hang tight. Listen to the phone.
Was it a plumber?
Real estate agent. Real estate agent.
I know, but the real estate agent recommended someone who did harm to him. That's why. That's
what What did the real estate agent recommend?
Keeping it simple and small.
Yeah. In fact,
Got it. Hang tight.
Well,
a remodeling contractor.
Got it. Thank you.
Big money.
Okay.
And the sad thing about it, you're forcing.
Marky Mark's back.
Yeah, I want to talk to him. He said he doesn't want to get her back on.
You're stuffing them. You really are.
Yeah, because there's, but like I tried to get a lady qualified. Their fees were $4,000. They think it's us. That was one bank said we will do you at 21%, but it will cost her or the dealership $4,000.
Yeah, 21% loan?
At a 20% loan.
But a lot
So
of
is
them
that of a
are
risk?
40, 50% discount. So if you have a $10,000 car, they'll finance it, but they're only going to finance 5,000 of it.
Right.
Different things. So you're going to have to sell
You have
a
an
car.
820 interest loan. 820.
820, but you're not buying a car from these lots if you're 820.
No. You're buying it from a dealer.
Yeah, they don't really have access to. Well, these are dealers, but I mean they don't really have access to bank funding anyway.
Right.
Because none of their customers come in for bank funding. They
They-
take
they-
RTD over.
Right. They're coming in for house and financing.
Yeah.
Or a hard lender like what we're just talking about.
Oh, Savvy, you're so sweet.
So it's a different game.
It is.
So, and everybody's got their niche. And, but with that said, they wouldn't have a car if you didn't have that guy that had $4,000 fees and 21%.
Well, then you got to decide if it's worth it. I mean, how much is it worth to have a car?
Right.
And pay, you're paying. So if you have
The worst part about it is like right now, some of those people are buying those cars so they can do Uber. Things like that.
So what? She's a nut?
Yeah, I feel bad for her.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Did it really stink though?
No, not at all.
Oh.
Spotless.
Spotless place.
Mark,
Everything?
I want to talk about it.
Literally, it's like there's not one I've ever gone out to and they're normal, not one time.
That's sad.
Did you film it?
No, I'm not.
I'd post her ass all over.
Yeah.
Tommy. God.
Post it.
You're as bad as Mark sometimes. Jeez.
And the average monthly payment.
I think we're going to go bowling after the show.
Oh, cool. You can drink beer.
But what I was thinking.
Well, the bowling alley doesn't have beer I like, so probably not.
Are you a beer snob? You only drink
I am a
certain
beer.
brands?
We will leave restaurants if they have a bad beer selection, Ken.
Yeah, but if you go in bowling, you just drink the beer because it's part of the experience.
No, I won't waste calories on a beer I don't like.
Well, have a light beer. There's no calories.
Ugh, that's no fun.
Excuse me.
We left a restaurant in Nebraska because all they had was this gross Lagunitas IPA.
Are you serious?
And our son says, "Are we really leaving a restaurant because of their beer list?" We're like, "Yeah."
You need to go to Beeraholics Anonymous.
Probably. If we're being honest.
Would have a line.
Did you see the 99-cent stores closing all 400 locations?
Oh, is that the dollar store or the 99
It's called
cents?
the 99-cent store.
The Dollar Store and Dollar General are closing a bunch of stores, but not all of them.
Well, they can't.
Yo.
There's nothing to sell anymore for a buck.
Only those.
In California, they're changing the name to the $20 store.
25.
Hey, you know that thing about the $20 minimum wage, Tom?
Yeah.
And then that's how I
It's
got
only for those restaurants that have 60 or more locations in the state. So if you have one or two franchises, it doesn't apply to you.
Yeah, but how are you going to be able to compete?
But you got to decide.
What do you mean?
If I'm looking at two different stores to get a job from, and one's going $16 an hour and the other's going 20, I'm going to the 20.
Of course.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just telling you what the bill said.
The hook was.
I mean,
Hey,
everybody
Mark.
thinks that.
If I send you a meme, can you put it on our thing there? I want to do it.
I'm logged in, so send it to me.
Okay.
If you want it on the video.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's worth it.
Do you want me to put it up right away or wait till you talk about it? I made this mistake
If
with
we
Mark.
have too many calls, I might do it Monday, but I'm going to.
But you want to talk about it first?
Maybe, yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, then I won't put it up right away. That's all I was
just
getting
find
at.
it here.
And that's how the dealership is able to.
I'll text it to you.
And the retail
All righty.
So, and that's why I got into the car dealer. He said, well, if you want to be in the game, you won't have to pay your $10,000.
I want you to look at it. It's a trick question.
Get your license.
Go ahead.
I'll let you slide.
I probably won't get it. But.
No, you will.
Exactly.
It's actually easier.
It's not getting any traction. My other,
I think so.
Not like my other posts.
People have a stigma about it. Oh, you're a dealer.
Yeah, and that's why we're brokers, I guess. I mean, technically it's the same thing on paper, other than the fact that we can control. I can control monies. I'm not represented by.
Okay, Tommy, I don't get that. I don't know. Maybe Mark gets it. Mark, do you get it?
It's a question.
It's in a group text to me and you.
It's a question.
Now, my whole thing with having a shop.
Come on.
Was, I could buy.
Certainly, you get the question.
And I could fix it myself.
Question.
Oh, here.
Yeah. Well, she definitely made the biggest impact.
That's
Who is that?
exactly right.
Right. That's,
Who?
Dylan Mulvaney.
Who's that?
Trans influencer.
Oh.
The one that single-handedly brought down Budweiser.
I didn't know who the chick was, Tommy. That's why I
or
didn't
Bud
know.
Light. Well, first of all, it's not a chick.
Well, whatever it is.
Trans woman.
It's a trans lady.
Trans woman.
Be nice.
I'm fine with it.
Oh, I know.
To each his own.
I know you are.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? There's
Yeah,
more,
really, who
more
does?
things
It's
to be
like.
stressed
So you
about.
think Mike Tyson should be able to switch to Michelle and get into the ring with
no,
chicks?
of course not, Mark. You know
Absolutely.
me. That's not what I was saying. I just don't care if somebody decides they don't want a penis anymore.
Well, I think as far as sports goes, I mean, that's up to the people in those sports if they want to allow it.
I think it would be cool if you could have a spare penis, don't you too, Mark?
Oh, boy. 10 seconds.
Troubleshooter show, please hold a minute.
He keeps fighting the good fight.
On Denver's talk station.
Yeah, 630.
The station I keep it on.
630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, and it's brought to you by Grossman Wellness. I can't say enough about Dr. Grossman and his team at GrossmanWellness.com, GROSSMAN, Grossman.com, GrossmanWellness.com. I mean, what they do is a concierge medicine. In fact, he's a good friend of Deputy Doc over here. Anyway, so what they do is they do blood work every 3 months, and an exam. So nothing can go wrong in 3 months, right? I mean, not really a lot that you can't catch. That's all included in a few $100 a month, along with supplements and prescription drugs. Most of them. Some they can't get, but you get the lower price on them. GrossmanWellness.com. I'm serious. Get started for $249. Get your blood work and get your initial exam and a review. Just for $249. See where you stand. GrossmanWellness.com. All right, so Mark went out. And Mike, I didn't forget about negligent referral. Mark went out. This woman called and said she was flooded out of her new apartment for senior living, and about 10 people were flooded out. They fixed everything. They moved back. She moved back and said since she moved back, there is a terrible smell, coming out of her heating and cooling vents. And really, we really want to help her if she had a problem, because she said no one's listening to her. So I said, Mark, well, let's at least go out and visit Catherine. And he did. That was really nice of you, Mark. So no one knows who Catherine is or anything, so let's just lay it on the line. Did you smell anything?
No.
I mean, absolutely nothing.
No again.
Well, I
don't even want to, I honestly, I tried to say this in the text. I really don't want to talk about it because I feel extremely bad for her. She has issues that we are not going to be able to help with whatsoever.
No, I
In
understand.
fact, ironically enough, everyone I've gone out to have the same issues. It's quite remarkable if you think about it.
Mark, I think in general, and as I said, no one knows her name and anything, her real name, or her address, but I don't want to make fun of her. Obvious, I never do when people call in. I think they have mental illness. But here's what I think. I think as you get old and lonely, you start, I don't know what it is. I mean, even if you don't have a history of mental illness, I think you have maybe a little history of some weirdness here or there. And then you start imagining things, plots, conspiracies, people.
Well, and then certain people see things as well.
Did this woman see things?
Yes.
Like what?
Just different things, man. I mean, once again, there was stuff on the
again, Mark.
there was stuff on the wall that most likely was just a little bit of grease splatter or something right behind the stove, and it was a chemical that was put there by possibly a meth dealer. I mean, it's I don't know how I can go as deep as you want.
No, that's okay.
But it's
how did
just
you
not
leave it
there.
with her, though? Did you tell her honestly?
I told her you're going to be reaching out to her, brother.
I just wanted to know if you honestly told her, hey, we don't smell it.
Yes, I did tell her that, and she wanted to know what was next, and I said I'll go back and discuss with Tom.
Okay. Mark, when people have called the show before, I know you said we shouldn't get her on the air, and I mean, obviously we shouldn't get her on the air for ridicule, but whenever people like that have called this show, I have talked them into getting some well, they say they're going to get counseling. I don't know if they do, but maybe she...
No, she's just in a different world, man.
Oh,
I mean, she really is.
You mean like almost too far gone?
I'm afraid she's going to end up getting kicked out because she's calling every day. The place is immaculate, by the way. It's spotless. Spotless. The last time I went to a spotless house like that, the woman picked up a small jar, like a mason jar, and showed me a couple carpet fibers, and she thought they were some weird insect that infested. But you could have eaten off the floor in the place. It was absolutely spotless. And that same woman showed me a box next to her bed that had a book in it, one single book, and yet rats lived in it, and she saw them and jumped up, and what the hell am I going to do?
Okay, now, Mike, let's go back to Mike, who said, listen to this one, Mark, you were out. I want you, and I don't know if you heard this, but it's very interesting. A real estate broker recommended a contractor to him who did a lousy job, maybe damages, who knows. Mike looked up something called negligent referral. And by the way, there is no law on that. There's only court precedent, which is considered a common law. And I will tell you, Mike, that to sue your real estate broker for a negligent referral, and I told you the reason I know about this is because I started a referral list before anybody started a list, and it's actually called a referral list. And I studied the law along, of course, my attorney did the actual law, but there's what's called the duty of care. Did the broker have a duty of care to you? In other words, in his contract with you, was there a duty of care? I think you can say yes. I think there is a duty of care because they're trusting you. With me, there's less of a duty of care, but there is somewhat of a duty of care.
Wouldn't the realtor that referred this person, in order to go after some form of negligent referral, have to have known that it would be a bad job? In other words, a complete setup.
We're getting to that. Good point. But I want to say this. This is not legal advice. I'm telling you about court precedents that I researched, and some of it was for myself many, many years ago. And there have been some cases since then. Then there has to be a breach of duty. A breach of duty doesn't even come in unless there is a duty. So was he paid for the referral? I don't mean by the contractor, although that comes into it too, but by you. No, he wasn't.
No.
But here's the other thing. There still is somewhat of a duty to act in your best interest because he is a fiduciary, if he's a buyer's agent. You didn't say if he is a buyer's agent, is he?
It is, yes.
Okay, then there is somewhat of fiduciary responsibility. But then here's the other thing. He had to have had a track record of doing this, or at least knew the guy was bad, as Mark was saying. He has to have some knowledge. You don't make a negligent referral if you honestly think someone is good. Now, or have reason to think he's good. Now, if you really and truly, it comes down to that more than anything. There was no intent to defraud. What's negligent about it? Now, if he just met the guy and said, oh, man, I've known this guy for 40 years. See, so there's all kinds of breach of duty. Then there's causation. You have to show that it is the recommendation that caused the damages. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, that if you had an opportunity to look at this contractor's work, find referrals, if you did no due diligence at all and simply relied on the contractor, on the broker, was that reasonable of you to do that? Or did you have any kind of an obligation to look at what he recommended? The next thing, and that's what I do. I have several people on the list, and I tell people to shop, and I tell them nothing's perfect, blah, 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 and what the recourse is. So what are the damages? That's the big thing, okay? You have to have damages. So the long and short of this is, unless you have massive, massive damages, you're not going to get anything. Tell me what the damages are and why you're not going after the contractor directly.
Well, first of all, we are going after the contractor directly, and it's hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Tell me what the contractor did.
It was theft of materials and theft of money. So we had bought an investment property, and then we had gone through several contractors. None of them seemed to fit the bill, and then the agent had someone they had just hired at their own home, and they said, well, hey, here's this guy, maybe he'll work out. And then the brokerage house had their own referral program, so we thought this was a vetted, well-researched contract.
Wait a minute. You said two different things. You said the agent said, try this guy, it may work out. And then you said the brokerage where he works has a referral program. So which one was it?
Well, it's both. We thought that perhaps the contractor came through the vetted referral program.
Well, you thought. Did he tell you it did? Well, hold on. Wait a minute, man. If this guy said, I got this guy working at my house, and he may do a good job, that's what you just told me. What I want to know is, did he say this is part of our referral program, or did you just assume that?
We just assumed.
Okay. Let me ask you, do you think you have a strong case against this guy?
I think against the contractor, yes.
But I'm asking, do you think this broker knew this guy was a bad guy?
In all reasonably, no. I don't believe.
I don't think you're going to even get through deposition. But I want to ask you another thing. This contractor, did you call the police or the district attorney if he actually stole stuff?
Yes, that's part of it. We have a civil and criminal complaint.
Good. Now, did you hire an attorney?
Yes.
Who'd you hire?
Well, I don't want to say.
Okay, it's public record when you sue, but in any case, let me ask you this then. The attorney you hired, how do you know they know how to do this case?
Well, it's just referrals and track record and research of their case history. I'm confident that they know what they're doing.
Is his first name Scott?
No, but we're invoking the Contractors Trust Act.
Well, of course you are, but if his name isn't Scott, you don't have the best one. But okay. Has this attorney actually handled contractor trust problems?
Yes, several times.
Excellent.
With a favorable outcome.
Excellent. You know that very seldom you get attorney's fees, right?
We do. We're asking for it, but we know that's not a guarantee.
And next, does the person even have substance?
Fortunately, they do.
Oh! Do you want to warn us about the contractor? We always talk about that.
Not at this point. I will certainly do so, but I don't want to warn him and then they do something. But
When was the last time he was on the job?
about a year and a half ago.
Okay. You did file, right?
Absolutely. We've been litigating for almost 2 years. So.
Oh, my goodness. Holy crap. So how is it going? Did you do depositions?
Yeah, we've had a bad attorney, so we switched attorneys. So it's just taken a while, but we're about to get to depositions, and we had some. We're doing a second round.
How much have you spent?
Quite a bit, probably $50,000 at least. So,
man, I hope you come out. I want you to keep us informed on this.
Yeah, I mean, I learned quite a bit listening to you over the years, which has helped. So,
I would love to know how it goes. Really, I would. This would be a really good eye opener. So, let us know. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Pure Talk believes in American values and that free should mean exactly that, free. Well, switch to Pure Talk today and you'll get a free Samsung 5G smartphone. Now, qualifying plans start at just $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data, and, of course, mobile hotspot. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk, claim your eligibility for your free brand new Samsung 5G smartphone. Start saving on wireless today and switch to my cell phone company, Pure Talk.
You know, no one can beat ZeroResDenver.com for overall quality, cleanliness, getting your carpets clean, your tile and grout, your mattresses, your upholstery. No one can do it. No one. Your ducks. And so when it comes to value and quality, they're the only people I let in my home, and that's a serious truth. And that's why you don't hear people advertising on the show about carpeting, because I am so biased. They use no chemicals or any soap, just purified water. You know how I feel about purified, super soft, alkaline-based water with an electrical charge? My God, it's the best cleaning agent in nature, and they use less water. It dries faster, stays clean longer. ZeroResDenver.com. They call it getting zerofied. I love the way they do business. Right now, about $33 a room. They have specials going on. I want you to call them. The true thing is, you're never going to pay too much for what they do, ever. ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150, 471-5150. Now, there's another company I want to tell you about, Red Rocks Roof and Solar. I am so sold out on these guys because they teach people how to make money with your commercial solar system. You can make money, not just pay all your electrical, but make money. So you're miles ahead. Your net is way above what you used to be because you were paying electric. RedRocksRS.com, that's the website. I want you to check them out, and then you're going to thank me. RedRocksRS.com, they can walk you through a grant process that'll blow your mind. RedRocksRS.com, 303-704-2449. Okay, when it comes to convenience and value and window coverings, you know what I'm going to say. Hey, man, I'm made in the shade. I got it easy because of Made in the Shade. That's the name of the business, and they do everything from the measuring to the design consulting to the ordering and installation, all of it. Now, of course, you get to choose free of charge if you want to use them after they measure and have a designer pick what you think you need or what you want. And then if you go ahead, you'll have a great experience. Made in the Shade. That's denvershades.co. I'm going to give you another site right now where you can reserve a seat to a movie, popcorn and drinks. If you do nothing else, it'll educate you. It's going to be at AMC Southlands, and it's the 9th, 7 o'clock. Mark your calendars, just a few days from now, 4 days. And I want you to join me and Mark and Joe Chiano, certified financial planner. It's a movie about retirement and what we are facing today and what people will face in the future, including if you're in your 40s, you want to see this. That is mymoneymyway.com, mymoneymyway.com.
I'm gonna try to go to that, Mark. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, it's a good quality
commercial.
You'll enjoy it.
You went to the last one, right?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
Tom did.
Well, I live right across the street from that.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
We're probably going to hit Lazy Dog right before. You ever go over there?
My wife's like, I don't like Lazy Dog.
You don't? I like it.
Do you?
It's almost the opposite. She's not big on it. I like it. Your wife likes it. And you're not. That's funny.
Right.
I like their, they got sticky ribs, man. They're like, for a restaurant, it's
Lazy
a step
Dog's
above
okay.
like
I've never been there,
Applebee's kind of thing.
Where's Lazy Dog?
It's like nothing
There's
to
a
write
bunch
home
of
about.
There's one, this one's at Southlands. They just opened one up at
She goes there when
Highlands
we're
Ranch
a lot of
24, that big theater.
Yeah.
There's one up north.
Yeah.
They're in all
To
different
socialize.
states or everywhere.
But it's nothing that we've gone to.
There's a lot of good restaurants
Yeah.
there, though.
Yeah, there are. There's
a ton of shit.
Well,
Good
Mark
Big
takes me
Daddy's
where I
Burgers
want to
and
go.
like-
So
Hey,
once
Suze,
in a
do we
while,
still have anybody on our
There's a
referral list
Red
for
Lobster.
limos?
There's a.
I don't think so. Richard the limo.
Richard the limo.
We got Richard the limo driver, but he's not on the referral list.
We don't have any kind of limousine service anymore, right? That's good because we
I don't think so.
No, that's good because we used to trade and we don't anymore. So I wanted to make sure. But
Yeah.
I do want to rent.
Do you need a
one.
limo?
I want one for the kids at a prom, so they
I
need more
thought
than one
popcorn
limo.
and drinks were always free there.
Oh. Do you want me to put you in touch with Richard the limo driver?
I got.
COVID
I think
probably
he's on
stopped
my
it.
text stream here.
Yeah, digging hands in the popcorn.
No, I think they just realized how much money they were saving.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He said that we had a guy. He was my shagger when we take cars to dealers. One place had one of those popcorn carts. And if they jack us around waiting on a check, I let Dave go eat popcorn out of their popcorn cart. He's just greased out of here. You know.
Do it, Dave.
It's like, all right, Dave, go eat some popcorn. Well, you told me not to. It's okay today, Dave. And he looks up. He's what?
10 seconds here, guys.
Videos. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Don't forget 888heating.com, $28. That's for a toilet service or a water heater service and flush or anything that you need. One item, $28. Guaranteed a service and maintenance call. And if anything's wrong and you need repairs, they credit you the $28. 888heating.com. Now, let's talk to Monty. Monty, what's going on?
Hey, Tom.
Hey, man, what's happening?
Yeah, I was recently fired from my job. I went and applied for unemployment, and they came back saying that it was from alcohol use.
Well, if you're fired for
a
cause,
total lie.
if you're fired for cause, many times, I was going to say, you don't get unemployment, but you could possibly, if it was truly alcohol, and you're a professed alcoholic, and it's considered a disability, they can't fire you for that.
You just got to fight it to the next level, man. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're an
I want to know what happened
or not.
anyway. What happened? Was it alcohol use, or are they lying?
They're lying. And then, I guess my basic question would be: we had a meeting where they demoted me, and I would be wondering if I would be able to compel them to have transcripts of the meeting.
But why?
I think that would prove that because they didn't. Alcohol was never even brought up to me about this. It was they demoted me, and
why did they demote you?
I had the week before had told my manager I didn't feel good. She sent me home, and they said, "Well, we have to have a meeting about this." So a week later, I go into the meeting. And they say, well, we're demoting you because we just don't feel comfortable with you down there by yourself. And I said, okay, fine. And I stormed out of the meeting. but under the premise that I was on the schedule to under the demotion, I showed up to my shift the next morning, and they said, "You've been crossed off the schedule. We fired you."
Okay. Now, they can fire you, and it doesn't sound like they even had to give a reason. When you stormed out, did you leave work?
Well, I left the meeting.
Did you leave work that day?
Well, it was a meeting outside of work, but
okay.
The understanding in the meeting, we had said, okay, you come into you work your shift tomorrow morning, your next shift tomorrow morning, and then the next week you're going to be on room trace, which is the demotion part.
Yeah.
And
here's what I don't understand. Okay. Why they gave you a reason at all? Is it to deny unemployment benefits? Is that the only reason? Maybe they obviously didn't have a reason to fire you. That's what you're fighting. I mean, obviously I don't even know why they went there with alcohol. Why didn't they say he was belligerent? They could have said almost anything.
Right. And that's what I'm so
it still shouldn't be any issue. They're just denying the claim. You need to bring it to the next level.
Well, I got denied, so I did do an appeal, but I'm waiting on that appeal.
Yeah, you'll probably get it, to be honest. We've had thieves get it. I mean, it's almost impossible.
I fired a guy for the same thing, and they gave it to him because I couldn't prove he was drinking.
I fired a guy for drinking, George, Suzanne. Remember him at Peoria?
Yeah.
I caught him drinking literally in the middle of the day in my shop. Mm-hmm. I fired him, and he ended up getting unemployment.
I was trying to help a gentleman named Monty back in February on an unemployment claim with our Angel. You're not the same Monty, I assume.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Gotcha.
Here's the bottom line,
yes,
okay, Monty? Here's the bottom line. They have to prove their case. I'd venture to say 98% of the time employees get unemployment. Unless you're shooting up or cooking meth in front of the boss and all the major customers of the company, and then post it on social media, you probably are going to get your benefit.
Well, they've already declined it, though.
No, you didn't understand. You appeal it.
Well, okay, but yeah, I just feel like what's going to be different on the appeal? Then
they go back to the employer and they've got to prove it. And I'll tell you something else that sounds a little weird to me over this whole thing. We had a neighbor. His name was Archie. Literally, the guy next door, he'd go on binges for 3 or 4 days. His little kids would show up at our front door, 5 and 6 years old, knocking on our door. I'd end up going over there, getting them dressed, getting them on the bus at the bus stop because Dad was passed out drunk after 3 days of drinking. He worked for Cisco, Tom. He got fired for drinking on the job at Cisco. His wife was an attorney and sued Cisco, got a year's back pay because apparently if you drink on the job and you're an alcoholic, it's a disease or a handicap or something.
That's right.
And she got 1 year, whatever it was, a back pay. And then on top of all of that, you know what the company did, Cisco? They had to reinstate him. They waited about a week and fired him for no reason at all.
That's right. So,
okay.
Here's the deal, Monty.
Tom, do you have anybody that I may be able to talk to?
You mean an attorney?
Lawyer?
You don't need one.
You're going to end up getting that payment,
it's going to defeat your whole purpose of getting unemployment. I mean, unless you're suing this company for something major, it's just an unemployment hearing.
Right. I just feel like that if they believed her on the first
Did they get proof? Did they get any proof from her the first time?
No, I never was written up. There was no write-ups there. I was never even approached about alcohol.
Okay.
Nothing was ever said to me about alcohol, ever. This is all just made
you
up.
don't have subpoena power like you think you do with courts, so you're not going to get transcripts of a meeting. You're not going to get private notes. But what you can do is demand documentation. That's one thing I know. And Monty, I don't have an answer as to why you were turned down the first time. I will tell you this. I've never found someone denied unemployment yet. I've had people walk off the job. I've had people use my credit card for liquor. I've had people, I can't even tell you.
You had someone leave in the middle of a show that was producing it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
A live show. Now, what the hell?
Yeah. You know why, Mark? Guess why? Guess why she wasn't fired? Because I did not have a written policy saying
of leaving during the show.
That you can't leave in the middle of the show.
Oh, by the way, I got to go.
Yeah. Monty, I got to take a break, bro. I mean, I'm just telling you, you got to go through with it. You have to.
Hey, and man, I know you don't want to hear this, but honestly, it's a gut feeling. You probably, only you know if you have an issue. You might want to check into that, bro.
Why do you think so, Mark? I don't hear anything.
I don't think he's drunk right now by any means. I just, I don't know why I think that, actually. And that's why I said only he knows.
Yeah, but he would have had, even if he does, actually, he could claim he's an alcoholic and he needed rehab and he'll get his job back and everything. But, and they didn't work with him and they knew it. I mean, he could really make it hard on them because these jerks just went and admitted, they would have had admitted they knew it. Right? That's why I can't believe they picked alcoholism. I mean, it's crazy. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Waterpros.net. You can get a wonderful water for the rest of your life. Don't buy bottled water for $1,400 at your kitchen sink. It's about 4 times cheaper than anything a plumber can do for you. And they are plumbers, by the way. Waterpros.net.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen.
Busy driving all throughout the Denver Metro for the 1 o'clock hour. Starting on the east end of town past DIA, I-70 eastbound, a brand new accident reported just after Pena Boulevard. We're seeing heavy congestion around the scene. No word of lane blockage. Of course, we'll keep you updated. I-25 northbound into downtown, you're going to start seeing busy traffic all the way from University to about Colfax. Southbound I-25 slow itself between I-70 and Spear. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today, the last warm day for a while with a high of 76 this afternoon. Overnight low of 40. The clouds rolling in, bringing rain and snow tomorrow with a high of 51. The current temperature in Denver is 72 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hey, DQ fans. They've got the deal of the century for you. Download the DQ app and get buy one, get one free Blizzard treats. Just like that, you can get any 2 Blizzard treats for the price of 1. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good.
GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Genesis can do it all. That's why the name Genesis Total Exteriors. In fact, they even do some indoor stuff in bad weather and stuff. They can do remodeling and all of that. But here's what they do. Roofing, soffits, fascia, siding, stucco, windows, doors, decks, railings, painting, outbuildings. If it's outside, they do it. And they can do all your storm damage on one invoice. Remember, you only have a year to file that claim. Then after that, of course, you can take your time getting it fixed, but you only have a year if you have that hail damage. GenesisTotalExteriors.com, all the latest products, and you will love the way they do business because you have one contact, and you just have to deal with Mark and his wonderful team. 303-679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. And by now, you know I can't say enough about Red Rocks Roof and Solar. Not only does Brooke run this company in a superior way, she also knows how to make the best financial impact for you. In other words, she can get your system practically paid for if it's a commercial system where you actually can net positive cash flow from selling stuff back by oversizing it just a little bit. Call her about that. Then, of course, she can do any number of options for homeowners. They do it all. Sales, installation, and service. RedRocksRS.com. The lowest price.
Pay the insurance. It's workman's comp. This guy is obviously busting your balls. It's not going to end. Why are you even dealing with this shit?
Who are you talking
Send
about?
him fucking home and let the system just run through. And that's what I did. Because he was driving me crazy. I wanted to take a baseball bat to him.
Yeah, absolutely. They let this guy move to Texas with his benefits. Yeah.
I don't think I ever had anybody that didn't leave and have another job lined up that didn't get workman's comp. I don't think, not one time.
High wind warning. Woof.
Yep, you bet we do.
I hate Colorado wind.
Each year,
But
you
it's not
basically
as bad
kind of
as
get
Wyoming
audited,
wind.
if you will, and then your unemployment.
Or Nebraska wind. Ooh.
I think the shittiest
That's
thing
a
about being
killer.
self-employed is paying double
Wyoming,
FICA.
we drive from.
Well, you're not paying double FICA. Your employer pays it. So you're
Yeah.
just paying
You go to
the
Utah.
No, but you're just paying the FICA.
Yeah.
You are your employer and the employee.
Yes, I'm saying, but
The only time it really comes in is during a bankruptcy. The trust fund portion of it's different. But that might be one of the reasons they do it, because the employer is ultimately responsible for it.
no, but when I had my office,
No, I know what you're saying.
it was
Yeah.
12%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark, look how
Well, that's
windy it
plus the
is. It's
Medicare.
crazy.
Yeah, it
Right
wasn't
now?
windy when I was out.
Damn it.
They said Franktown's real bad.
That lady was so nice. So
Aw.
old, too. I bet she was 80.
Aw.
What neighborhood?
A nice apartment right off of Park Road, Arapahoe. It's brand new.
What was up with the directions you were getting?
I put in, instead of place, I put in avenue.
I
or
figured it was your
some
error.
kind of shit like that. It had me going.
He's like,
I was like, no, I'll tell you where it had me going. Cherry Hills.
Oh.
And I was like, there's no fucking apartment complexes over here.
No.
woo.
I knew it, though. I swear to God, I knew it when I said I'll go out there. I knew it. I just knew it. I knew it. What I never know is what I'm going to walk into. It's either super clean like this.
Oh, yeah, or scary.
And she's just, you can just tell all she does is clean because she thinks all this shit's going on. And then, or it's absolutely insanity. I mean, you're talking the nastiest of nasties.
Wow.
Remember when Jeff brought groceries out to the one I went out to? He went out to the,
I didn't
so
buy
Jeff,
this, you piece of shit.
he bought a big old sack of groceries, man. Spent $100, $200
La La
on groceries.
Land. I
Good
didn't
stuff,
order
man,
La
like
La
cereal,
Land.
stuff you can put in the cupboard.
What are you looking at? Your credit card
And he
receipt
showed
or
up.
something?
My Amazon,
And
I just
it
got a
was,
receipt for La La
He said, I don't
Land.
want
didn't
this
buy
stuff.
La
I just
La
want
Land.
McDonald's every day.
How do I dispute that son of a bitch?
Do you remember that, Kevin?
I think I sent you one in the past on La La Land.
No,
and
it
you
was
said
no.
it was good.
The one that you sent me was La 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 La, and that one
Oh.
is an app. And I did buy the La 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 La, but this is
Okay, just not the La La Land.
La La
ever
Land
watch-
is a movie. La 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 La
I've
La La
seen
La La
that.
is a.
And I was taking a
I really am
OMG,
serious. There's no
Tommy.
place on here to
exactly how much I was going to put into it.
to dispute
And,
this son of a
my
bitch.
contractor
Tom, do your
said,
kids ever rent movies?
My contractor said,
Yeah,
do I
but they're not on
include
my
the
account.
baby on the floor?
Okay.
And I said, what baby?
I'm going to ask
He
him
said-
though.
he
You're
says, in
right.
one of the
He's a little
pictures you sent me,
bastard.
there's a baby on the floor and all of that pile of crap.
Was there?
There was a baby. He pointed it out. I walked
Like a
by.
real baby.
A real
live
baby, a live baby.
That
And I
is
didn't
fucked
see it.
up.
Yeah, I didn't see it. There was dogs running around.
man.
It was a mess.
I sent Frank Duran out to one. They were getting foreclosed on, and he was going to go out there and see if he could do a short sale so they could at least get a few bucks. And he walked in there, man. He said there was rodents everywhere. In the garage, they had animals like birds, chickens, squirrels.
seconds.
They had all these animals in.
Colorado turned migrants away. Somewhat surprising results in a new Colorado poll. And why is Biden still denying RFK Secret Service protection? Join me at 4.
Hello, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. All right. Welcome. Let's talk. It is Jerry's turn. Jerry, what is happening?
Hello, yes. My husband had a gym membership at a Prestige in Arvada, and they just suddenly closed, and they gave everyone their, like, a month over at this other YMCA in Arvada. But then they owed as $176.33 for 6 months left on the contract, and it was all agreed
How do you know it's
upon,
176.33 exactly that was left?
Because I called the place where they have the billing through and talked to a Finale over there, and she said that it was approved to get that much. Then that was what was left on the contract.
What was the name of the gym?
Prestige, also known as Zone.
So anyway, the point is, you did get somewhat of a membership into something else to make up for it, but it did not make up for all of it, or what?
Correct.
Okay, so
Correct.
If he had 176 coming, what was the value of the other membership they gave him in place of Prestige?
There was no value. They just let the members use the gym membership at the YMCA for just a month or two. In lieu of them trying to open up another place, they did not get that other place opened.
Okay, so what is the value of the use of the YMCA for 2 months? Is it a free gym, or do they normally pay? What is it?
Yeah, that part was free.
No, I'm not asking if it's free to you. I'm asking if I walk in
It's
off
similar.
the street.
It's similar, Tom.
What?
It's similar in price.
Okay. So the YMCA is similar to Prestige. So your husband, in essence, got 2 months. How many months did he have coming at Prestige?
He had a year and a half contract.
How many did he have left?
He had 6 months after he had the free time at the YMCA. So after that time, he had 6 months left on his contract.
Okay.
Still after that free time.
So I think it's defunct. I mean, the company just
I
to go
understand
after.
there's nothing she can do, but I'm trying to figure something out. If the Prestige membership, what's the Prestige membership for 1 year?
It was a year and a half.
For how much?
Membership. And actually, Prestige still has an opening up in the Southland area.
Jerry, how much a year or for 18 months? What was the lump sum payment for 18 months?
$529.
Oh, my God, really? That's pretty, okay. I did not know it was that much.
Yeah.
Okay, so divided by that, okay, so he had 18 months. So it's divided by 18. So it was so it's $30 a month basically he was paying.
Basically.
Okay. And you're saying after getting the free membership at the Y, he's still upside down a little.
Upside down by 6 months for that $176.33. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And you said there is another location. Are you allowed to access that one?
Well, that one is.
I don't care if it's in Vail. I'm asking you, can you access it?
Yeah. Are you allowed to use your card to get in there?
I guess as far as I know, yes. I don't know.
Oh. Well, then that's the answer, isn't it?
The point is that the point is that the people, everybody has agreed that they owe it to my husband, but and all we're trying to do is get a check sent to our home because we paid with cash, and we don't want to give them our banking information because we heard of a whole bunch of stories of other people that horror stories of
just
them,
open another bank account just to receive that. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know if my husband would do that, but they are basically
every single thing. It sounds like they've tried to make it right, and you almost make it impossible.
Did they offer to ACH you the money?
I guess a debit card. But there's like a ton of other on social media. There's a ton of other people that have issues with the Prestige. They also closed the Lakewood location.
Yeah, but this has nothing, Jerry. Jerry, all I'm concerned about right now is your situation. You're owed $176. Okay, here's what I want to know: they're willing to put it on a debit card, or what did they say they're willing to do?
put it into her checking
on the
account.
debit card or the bank or our personal bank account.
Well, that's all I can
information,
ask him to do. I can't. If you don't want to do that, I understand, but I don't think you. I don't think we can call them and demand they write a check. I don't think
you can either.
No, I just don't. I'm not saying you're being a nut or unreasonable or anything, but it's nothing we can. It's not like this company's trying to cheat you. So it really comes down to. They owe you money and you don't want to take a direct transfer. I would take the direct transfer if I was you. You don't have to open up a new account. All you have to do is go to your account and shut down all ACH payments out, all of them, and then
just
let them
take
make
the
a
debit
payment.
card. Yeah, just take the debit card. That's like cash.
Well, they want to put it on her
it
debit
has to be
card.
tied to a bank account.
Listen,
They're saying
Jerry,
it has
the
be
best
tied
to
a
you.
bank account.
I wish you the best. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, Premier does window washing, and I'm telling you, they're great young men with a lot of good, hard-working people. They do commercial establishments as well, and they do homes. Window washing, get them clean for spring. They also do pressure washing, cleans out your garages, your sidewalks, all of that. WeCleanWindows.co.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Slowdowns continue over on the east end of town past DIA. I-70 eastbound at Tower Road. A crash in the left lane has stop-and-go traffic. Back from I-225, we're seeing about a 20-minute delay. And as a result, 225 northbound, you're going to see some stop-and-go on the off-ramp to I-70 eastbound as well. Heading to the center of town, I-25 north and southbound, your usual delays into the downtown area, seeing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Alameda and I-70, both directions. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies, another warm one today, high 76 degrees. Wind throughout the rest of the day. We're seeing high gusts throughout the metro area. The current temperature is 74 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. That is a client of mine, a sponsor of this show, and I am a customer of theirs. They have helped me put my retirement plan together, which allows for income, investments, estate planning, and all of the stuff you need. Now, they may make referrals to people to help you with stuff, but listen, here's what they do. They coordinate your entire plan. Now, they do direct money management as well, along with income instruments. And they believe in the 3-bucket theory. They keep your money growing while they have some in safety and some put aside for income. And it's a great plan. I want you to call them and find out what they can do for you. You may think you have a retirement plan just because you have some money set aside. That's not a plan. So that's a plan to fail. So call rpcenter.com or meet with them at any time, free of charge, never with an obligation. rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211.
It's insane.
What's insane?
Well, they're suing Starbucks for upcharging an oat milk because it's discriminatory.
For what?
Yep.
Why is it discriminatory?
It just doesn't make
Because people's digestive orders, it's unfair.
Oh, what?
Right.
Mark said apparently if you say 100%, that's racist.
What?
Like it's like,
Always so.
you know, are you going to finish that job? 100%.
Yep.
I guess that's racist or something now.
Yeah, we need a playbook. It's hard to keep track.
That's right on the government side, too.
Oh.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah,
is
100%. It's racist.
Why do you keep saying it now?
Apparently.
It's annoying. I hate it.
But
It's really popular, isn't it?
Racist. How is it that way?
I don't know.
Who's it racist towards?
I don't know.
Why
People
is
that
it
don't
racist?
give 100%.
I'm just saying, who's it racist to?
That doesn't matter.
Black
as long
people.
as it's racist, that's all that matters.
It was used, I'm going right off the government side, people, but apparently it was used meaning 100% white.
Oh.
Meaning, you know, we're 100%, meaning we're all white. Apparently it was used that way at some point.
That's weird.
How would you prove
Yeah, but you're not using it in that context, for God's
Darn
sake.
it.
Well,
Rod, what do you think?
it's right on
Poor
the
Rod
anti-definitions league or
They
whatever
did
it
a
is.
survey, and I forget what the percentage was of people who thought chocolate milk came from brown cows. I mean, talk about stupidity.
Well, people are too sharp.
Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name? Michael, in a sentence or less, what do you want to talk to Tom about on the show today?
People do that, because we used to sell eggs and stuff when I had my little place in Elizabeth, and people didn't like brown eggs.
Didn't like what?
Brown eggs.
Why wouldn't you like
Okay.
brown
Because
eggs?
I like the
member,
taste
let
of
me
white
have you
eggs
tell him
better
real
or
quick. Can you
something.
do that?
And I didn't know if it was that.
No, I'm saying, why
We're
would
only
anybody
2
care?
or 3 minutes
Well,
from the
that's
show
what I
ending,
like.
so make it as concise as you can, Michael, okay?
It's
funny
funny
that-
that
mister.
year we had brown chickens.
Right. It's funny, though, that the
Hey,
House
Tom.
of the Prairie
Yeah.
did an episode.
The gym membership
Really?
call,
Yeah.
her
Yeah,
husband
little
called and
episode.
wants to
It was
clarify
about
something real
the
quick.
lady
Okay.
gave the seller of the eggs less money. Because
She
they
better
were
call
brown.
real
No
quick.
kidding.
I
True
told him
story.
to make
Wow.
it quick.
Yeah.
I never heard that one.
And
But I ran into that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because we had one year we had Aracanas,
Uh-huh.
Easter egg chickens, so they're a little kind of bluish, green,
Oh,
all
okay.
kinds of colors.
Oh, wow.
They're cool.
Okay.
Why are some eggs brown?
It's just the color of the chicken.
The color of the chicken or
Yeah, no, the color of the chicken.
Come on.
Rhode Island red chickens.
Are you
that
doing
brown
phones for
chickens
Ryan?
lay brown eggs.
You
You
are?
serious?
Okay, so you're going to be here? Okay,
Well,
okay.
my wife said.
I don't know if I got to take his information, but I'll get up.
Well,
get
that
out of
makes
the way as
sense, I
quick as
guess,
can.
but.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, no. I mean, the
Why?
chicken part
Because I
makes
thought
sense.
calcium was calcium.
Oh, you're doing dance phones too?
Well, it's doctors kind of like two black
Oh,
people
yeah.
getting together. and they
Oh,
have
I thought
black
you meant
kids.
Kelly had to get out of here.
Yeah,
No.
white kids.
It's great.
Yeah, white eggs and black.
Did you
See how
fill
that
in
works?
before?
Yep.
Okay. So you're familiar with the phone and everything?
Now, what would you do if your wife had a white kid?
There'd be a problem.
That shit was on some sitcom. I forget what it was. But there they are in the delivery room. The kid comes out and he's black. And the guy is just like, what the fuck?
Oh, no. It was the Jim Carrey movie, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
The
It
little
was Jim
midget
Carrey.
guy thing.
Yeah.
And then he actually just refuses
Me,
to go
myself,
there
and
in his
Irene.
mind. So
Yes,
everything's
that's a
right.
great movie.
Yeah,
I
me,
love
myself,
that
and
movie.
Irene. Yep.
What was that called?
Me, myself, and Irene.
Yeah, Me, Myself, and Irene.
Awesome.
One that's the same color.
Okay.
They're all different varieties of browns.
All right, 10 seconds, everybody.
Hopefully we can finish.
The Crime Prevention Research Center breaks down the Dems gun-grabbing bills in Colorado, and comedian Bobby Collins is at Comedy Works South this weekend. Hear him and your chance to win tickets right here on 630 KHOW.
So Michael's on right now. Michael wants to clarify something. His wife just called about his gym membership. They offered to, she said, ACH the refund, and they want to check. Go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Tom. The only thing I wanted to clarify was when I originally talked to the call center, where they handle all the billing, and she talked about possibly, me getting a card or giving them my account. I explained to them I didn't want to do that because I paid cash and I just wanted cash back. And so she said she was going on vacation. She was going to take care of all this and to call her back in like a week or two. So when I called back, she told me that Prestige told them at the billing center that they were not going to be issuing any more refunds through the call center, that I needed to call one of the clubs to get taken care of. So long story short, I did everything they asked me to do. I talked to numerous people at the South location, which is still open, and I got nowhere with these people. They wouldn't return my phone calls.
So, Michael, let me just ask you very
They never
quickly.
responded.
Michael, very quickly, are they refusing to give the money or just ghosting you?
They're ghosting me.
All right, let's take this up. No, we're going to help you. We'll take it up. Hold on. We'll get your information and get you back on. I'm Tom Martino. Thank you, guys. Sheridan Auto Tech and JFR Car. Save all your problems, friends.